It doesn't.
Yeah, I think Telegram. I got the Telegram.
There it is. I see it.
You always
Okay,
have
cool.
to assume
There
you're
we go.
live. Oh, you just
Right?
missed some spice. Oh, and Patty's bailing out. She's like,
Oh,
"Fuck,
shit.
I'm not associated."
No,
No,
with
I'm
this
good.
one.
I just had to. Somebody
Hi,
was
everybody.
messaging
Welcome
me,
to the after
so I
party.
flipped
We're all
over.
insane. Don't worry about us. You know.
Hey,
Oh,
you missed it, but today's theme is pasty bananas.
Pasty
Pasty
bananas.
bananas.
Oh yeah,
And,
that's
share
what we're
the
calling
social
this
media.
episode. I'm putting that in the notes, so I got it for titles later.
Tasty bananas.
Oh.
Wow.
What the hell? He's advertising on the bottom of the screen here.
Oh yeah, I know.
This guy.
Oh.
He's got it up in the corner. Look,
Oh yeah.
welcome
Well,
to Food
I'll
Forest
run
Bar
you a
and Coffee
crawler.
Roasters
Okay, tell you
channel.
what. In the chat, send me any crawler you want to run at the bottom.
Right. Well, since you're reading this and he's advertising it up there in the corner, be sure that if you go over to his website,
hold
put
on.
in the coupon code Liberty Meat for 50% off of one order.
There you go.
Oh, there's the after party logo. There you go. Hey, did you guys
There it
like
is.
the new podcast square where it had all of our logos? Tim, did I not
Didn't
have a
look.
tool man up there?
I saw
No,
that.
I fucked that
I saw
up.
it on YouTube on because it shows like the pre-show.
I had
Right.
Nicole's
Okay.
Self-Reliance Festival logo in that fourth square. I didn't have the right size one to drop in for Tool
Cool.
Man.
That's okay. I can send you one along.
I'll fix it. Yeah, well,
Wait,
there's holding
that guy?
spots right now.
Oh,
I got
you didn't put him in the show.
what?
Who is that guy? His image wasn't in there. He's not supposed to be here.
He's making a cameo. Hey, your episode with your wife on the bunker one. That was the bunker one she was on?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, she
That
loves
was
coming
cool.
on. We did it once, and then she just she loved it, and I think it's the third or fourth episode she's been on over the last year. So she enjoyed it.
I
But
hadn't
thank
heard
you.
that one before, but that was cool. She seemed to really enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay, and get this. I twisted arms, and Patty is now an official owner of an 8 Okie team in the Fantasy Control Football League.
Oh
okay.
boy.
Sure
Fan
am.
Control.
Oh, Lord.
So her team. Tell them about your team. Who else owns your team? Who's the sponsor?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just bought it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. On a
but-
recommendation. This is not a recommendation to
Not a
buy any
recommendation.
stock, but I'm telling you, get the
not
fuck
a
in.
recommendation, not financial advice. It was on a basically FOMO, which is the same way I buy Bitcoin because of FOMO. So Brian had been talking about this is so cool, and I actually agree. I think so. Fan control football, right? Is basically you call the plays and they vote on like
You're
should they do an
gaming
end
with
zone
humans.
dance or like it's everything. Like you vote on rules. It's
Oh, there's the
awesome
sauce.
and sauce.
Boo!
Oh, there's trouble. Does she know she's not there? She is.
Oh,
I was just
geez.
making faces.
Yeah, she's
My
down
grandma
there like-
used to get so mad at me.
It's just my regular face. I know.
Yeah, because I would always make faces at the camera. So there are a stupid number of pictures of me as a kid making faces. Like,
That's amazing.
Fuck,
All my
that
pictures
episode.
look stupid. I'm used to it.
Oh, I just went off on drug reps the other day, and I was making so many faces at the camera, and I got the best fucking letter from a drug rep this weekend. It was great. I'm like, okay, and I'll do another
amazing.
100 episodes. Fucking let's go.
I think I saw that in your chat where he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, as a drug rep, I totally agree. We fucking suck."
Oh yeah.
That's
we should
awesome.
have totally authorized this to my YouTube channel too, man.
Oh yeah,
Right.
okay. So on my 100th episode birthday, I'm gonna grant myself the permission to spend money on the 9-channel feed. Then if I'm running it, we
There you go.
can push this thing everywhere.
Nice.
Right now we're on
Cool.
the 3.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the rebranding to try to get some more eyeballs? The problem was with the after party, there was no warning, hey, there's 1,000 of these already named this exact
there's like
3-word
13
phrase.
million after parties.
Oh,
If you look up the after party, you get everything you don't want to see.
Also,
Oh dear.
also, so we renamed it UTG after party.
Yeah.
You know, we maybe
For
get a
the
little
people who
slower.
remember what Unloose the Goose is.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
I
not
think
just
we-
unloose the goose, but what UTG stood for.
I think
voted
we,
for-
I
voted
think
for
we
Chrissy
come
Cocksuckers,
back
but I got
and do a
vetoed, so.
UTG fall, whatever, and say what we did over the summer and really hype Self-Reliance 3-4 weeks out to your, right? You set that September 29th or,
October 1 and 2.
okay, 1 and 2. Okay, October. That's easy to remember.
Yeah,
Did you see your logo on the podcast thing now?
Nice.
I kind of feel like
Yeah.
we slept on the concept of just calling it the Goose on Loose.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, that's pretty
I'll
funny.
tell you what, I got so much flack about it not just being called Loose the Goose, which was more grammatically appropriate for some people, which I get.
That was the whole point.
And then so I looked it up in the dictionary, and I was like, well, you can use it on loose too. But I get where they were coming from. It was like
It
nails
was
on the
whimsical,
chalkboard.
damn
Every
it.
time they heard the name, I'm like, but the song is already written.
Yeah.
Loose the goose. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I thought that was Jack singing that song for like 3 months.
I
until
think
somebody
everybody
said it
still
Yeah, I
wasn't.
really did.
secretly is Jack.
It
I
is
mean,
not.
you know.
It is not.
Sure.
Oh, that's right, because
heard
he
him
always
say-
denies it.
I
That's
feel like
not
it's a
me.
conspiracy. I don't know.
No, I've actually interacted with the person who it is, who could totally just.
Okay.
You should hit Jack up and be like, hey, I'm just going to start writing songs so people think you're singing.
Right. Did
Oh, you sound
That
just
would
like
be
him.
scary.
Yeah.
say that?
Or do like ghostwriting, right? Like just do the song
Right.
and then put by Jack Spirko.
I mean, Jack writes words to songs. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Jack could
yeah.
hire him to be like a double to come to karaoke for him. Just be like, all right, no, patch the mic into him.
This is
That
my
would be-
karaoke
oh
double.
my god, a Bluetooth
exactly.
karaoke
Hey,
double.
karaoke double could
My
be a
God.
great agorist idea, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Right,
think
on
you
the
just
first
hit upon a thing in the
Maybe.
Northwest.
If there's any aspiring voice actors out there, you know.
Oh, yeah, your commercial. You did great. I was like, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, holy shit, that's a commercial.
Oh shit! No, I did that like 3 times before it sounded okay, but I used to do the ham radio thing, so I figured out the mic voice. It's just
Oh.
actually making it come out of your mouth right. That's half the battle. So,
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's so
That's
much
harder
shit
than
going
people
on.
think.
oh yeah. Well, like I said, my first
Way
one-
harder.
my first take on it, I was like, I'm pretty sure Scramblin took a couple hits from the bong before he actually, sent out this idea because it's 50% off everything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you know what? As soon as I
Probably
got
should put that
that
on my
order
podcast.
for 6 bags of coffee that I had to sell at
Yeah.
$10 a bag, no, at
You're like, you
$9.50 a
asshole.
bag.
It's like,
Oh
dude,
my
you're the
god!
one that
Yeah,
said
look at
50% off
Nicole's
everything.
eyes. Holy! Did you see the picture that I posted this morning
Yes,
of the
I
You
did.
lose
international
some money
trade?
on that one, Brian?
Oh,
Dude.
yeah. But you
I
know
was
what?
like
Okay,
pushing it for him, and they come out and they're like, yeah, let's buy 6 pounds of coffee, and Brian loses $65. I'm like, holy shit.
no. I mean, loss-wise, like pure loss, probably $20. But
Still, but yeah.
that's what we were talking about earlier: cost of customer acquisition, right? If
Yeah.
I
I
can
was like, 6
convert
pounds
someone
of
to,
coffee, that lasts me for like 3 months.
oh no,
Who are these people who only go through 6 pounds? In
yeah,
3
I was
months?
like, those half-pound cold brew packs last me like 36
Right.
hours, maybe.
Oh, shit.
I'd say, yeah, I
See,
go
they
through
last
about
me
2 pounds a
forever.
month.
I make myself a good 3 cups in the morning, usually, and that's about what I do. But
I drink a pot a day, usually.
5
roughly,
pounds. Yeah, that's
I drink one
I
French
had
press
3
a day.
double espressos today.
okay. But so
Wow.
down at the international warehouse, I took a picture of myself with all the coffee in the background again, so that I made it look like a picture of myself, so I wasn't taking a picture of the international thing behind the customs thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just a picture of me
Secret
on the
agent
Telegram,
Scramblin'.
Scramblin' University. If you go back and look at the one from December, you'll see in December it was all the way to the door and it was 4 stories high. Now it's back 100 feet from the door and it's
That's
2
good to know.
stories high. But the really interesting thing is I was the only human down there. Usually there's a
Wow.
line
They
of
left you
trucks.
unsupervised with a warehouse full of coffee.
Well, customer side on the other side of the dotted line on the floor, that's the customs line. Usually there's a line of semis I got to wait in with my little car. None. There's people in the transit office. None. Nothing moving.
That explains
Wow.
something.
And
I ordered coffee yesterday, and something happened to me that has never happened before.
it bounced
I was
back.
like, no. So I lost my credit card at Self-Reliance Festival.
Oh,
I usually pay for stuff
who
with.
went to SRF and stole her card? What the hell, guy?
It's not. It's probably in a bin of things because I probably handed it to somebody to pay for something, and you know what I'm saying. And so I like for 2 weeks I'm looking for it because I don't have any nefarious charges. Finally, I'm like, screw it. I'm going to declare it lost to get a new card. Did that. Then I ordered coffee, thinking it usually takes them a day to get their shit together to give
Yeah.
me like this is the invoice. No, like within 5 minutes, it was done. The freight company had the order in, and
Oh,
I was like, hey guys, my card might not go through. Like, you should call me or something. They're like, it's fine. We just charged that card. And I already had a card from the shipping company saying, "Hey, we need to arrange delivery." Right? Which it usually takes a week. They called me, and then later in the day, I get this email saying, "Hey, your card didn't go through," and I'm like, "They're like, we think the expiration date's wrong." I'm like, "No, it was canceled, but I have another card you can use, so I will call you with the other card." So I did, but like, that
Don't
was
give
all
my
done
coffee away.
super
Don't give my
fast.
coffee away. Yeah.
No, I mean it's fine. I've been looking for some Rwandan beans for 6 months, and I finally found some, and I bought them all. But it was also just like my orders don't get fulfilled that fast. Now I know why, because nobody else is ordering. Does that mean my prices might go down because coffee prices went up again?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I follow the market by like the 12 hours.
Yeah.
The selling pressure's on. Like the sellers are outnumbering the buyers right now, and it is forcing it down.
Okay.
So the Costa Rican that I have, that's mine in Costa Rica, I can pay for it anytime I want until it gets here. And since they aren't here yet, there's downward pressure on commodity pricing right now, right? Because the whole world's blowing up because interest rates are rising, so negatively correlated.
Yeah.
So if you can wait them out in the short term, but the long-term trend is the print, right? Coffee's gotta go up. So it's a short-term, long-term game. That's what I was talking with Celie this afternoon, or Cecily, right, about. Do I just fucking bite it and show loss this year and take massive quantities of beans when I feel it's the dip, go and take a loan and fucking go, right? Because it's only going to be twice as expensive next year.
I know. Well, it's already double from last year.
Right?
Is it really?
Yeah, more than double. So the problem.
Too early to start promoting, Food Forest Farms and Holler Roast.
Okay. So you haven't lived through a market shakeout in the coffee world yet, where it triples. This is where the small roasters.
If you need caffeine, I'm just saying.
No, the small roasters. So the big roasters have extra on their books, right? So that they can play the game with them and shuffle them around like casino chips, right? And me and you kind of suck off their piles. Now they're scared. It all froze.
Yeah.
They don't want to play with their chips. It's like Bitcoin, right? It's in the country, it's past the line, it's here. It's safer to sit on it and wait till the next crop comes. Then we'll get past crop at a little bit of a tiny deal. But the rates will already have been up 40% more. So they'll make money on making money. So,
can you imagine what the news would look like if somebody walked into their grocery store and the shelves were wiped out of Folgers?
That's never a problem because those bastards buy like dirt sweepings and will literally fill the can with it. It doesn't, whatever price they got to Safeway is the price that will be delivered. They don't, what's in the can isn't specified. It just has to say coffee.
It was like 20 years ago, but one time my grandmother bought a can of Folgers and it actually had cigarette ashes in it with the bun.
It's so ridiculous. But yeah, the amount of, so what they do is they use Vietnamese Robusta. Right, it tastes like metallic. It's metallic as hell. But it's abundant. You can't kill it with any disease. It lives through the fucking plague. Tastes like shit, but it will deliver you a
delivers
contract.
Caffeine.
Yeah, delivers caffeine
and stomach aches.
You just burn it, and you can deliver your pounds on contract. So this is interesting, right? Because I lived through this in 08. That's right when I was heavy into specialty coffee, and I was in charge of out-of-home world, right?
Yeah.
But not the restaurants. I had the C-stores. So the workers still had to work. Fancy pantsers quit going out to Roost Chris. So all the guys that had the like mainline food service were getting just raped, right? Those sales guys were getting held. And they were all just coming to me. And the guys that had grocery, all the step down, okay, gotta save that $50 a month. No more Starbucks. I'm gonna do it at home. Now they're okay spending $12 instead of $6 at Safeway because they're still saving so much. So the grocery went kooky, right? So those guys are just getting bonuses and trips and just on a fundamental sea change in the environment. It's hilarious.
Well, the closest to our category that I've seen at Walmart is Death Wish coffee. And it was over $20 a pound when I looked, and I was like, okay.
At Walmart.
Yeah. At Walmart, and I'm like, my prices are set where they're set, but it's you know,
No,
I was like, okay, I'm not feeling, and because sometimes people complain, I'm like, listen, this is what I know what it takes to produce, and this is what it is.
But new customers, we have to stay in step with our pricing on our website for new. You know, you can keep old client relationships and have coupons for old clients and stuff to help. But at the same time, like really, our shipping did double in the last 24 months.
Shipping has doubled. The wholesale price of beans has doubled, but that doesn't mean my retail price has to double, right?
No, right, because we don't need
actually
double.
roast it and packaging materials and everything's fucking double.
Yeah. Well, my packaging has not yet, but
see, like
it probably will.
But like our mortgages didn't double, our cost of electricity didn't double,
right?
So like other factors, right? So, but it's a choice to compress margin. As a business, no margin, no mission, then you're not a business.
And at some point, it's like, I just have lots of good coffee for me if I can't sell it at the price it needs.
Brian says, fuck it, I'll just give it away for half off.
I know. What's up with that?
No, it's okay. We were having a conversation somewhere else about, seriously, when you go on Shark Tank and stuff, what do they ask every single person that's selling like internet bullshit and all that stuff though? What's your customer acquisition cost? What does it cost you to sell a unit? Like, you're selling them for 100. You tell me you're making 60 on it. Great, net. Okay. Now, what does it cost you to get that sale? If it's 120, fuck it. Your cost to sell the unit is minus 60. I'd rather just know it's minus $5, right? Because if you pay a click in the coffee category alone is $5. It's one of the most expensive clicks you can buy. Oops, sorry. No, it's ridiculous. So to actually get somebody to try your product in their mouth,
well,
all the way home, all the way brewed, all the way tasting it, and got a credit card out and paid.
Oh no!
Paid for it. So that's going to cost me $5.
Is that because people are just so damn loyal to the brand they're already using?
I think people are cheap, but they don't realize exactly what goes into it too. Because it's like I thought about it the other day. I kind of crunched the numbers on it. If I buy Brian's coffee, it cost me a little bit over 33 cents per cup.
Right.
Have you ever been to Starbucks?
It
sounds really expensive to spend $40 a month for coffee. That sounds really expensive. But it's not that expensive when you make it yourself, and it's going to be better than anything I'm going to get at Starbucks.
See, that's why the in-home...
You ain't walking out of that place without spending like $10 by the time you buy your little fucking sugar biscuit.
It's
going to happen.
And the advertising, if you notice, I watch regular TV a lot because Candace loves to watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and some other shit. But, so I'm plugged into, and I pay attention to the ads, right? Because I used to be in ad cycle stuff. And God damn, it's 1971. Like, you can just, it's coming. Get ready.
What was 71? Was that when the oil shortages and the remember when housing home interest rates were 21%. 29? Did you say 29%?
21.
Like,
I remember my dad getting an 11% mortgage and being stoked about.
Oh yeah, like it's a Super Bowl at 11.
I've never had one higher than 8%, and that was like temporarily so that the ownership could go to my name, so I could refinance it immediately for like 6 or 5.
Yeah, think how old we are. We're all like 40, 50-ish. We've never seen a real recession. We've seen little wussy little corrections. We have not seen a
2008 would have been the closest.
And if you go look at Mark Moss's stuff on YouTube, Mark Moss, MOSS, Jack threw him up one day when he was talking about financial shit. So I started paying attention to him. And I love economics. He's like deep in charts and shit. But it's fundamentally changed now to a bull market. Like we have been in a 21-year nonstop rip and bear market nonstop. They've all been, even 08 was only a 27% correction.
Yeah.
Like a real correction when it goes down 80%. Like
I feel like I missed out on a lot of that because I grew up broke as fuck, so none of it ever mattered.
It's just, you're not going to be able. Yeah, you know what? It's
I never
exactly
felt
what
the
Jack's talked about it earlier too,
Yeah.
right? The more like kind of hillbilly prepared you are, the more it
Yeah.
just doesn't
You're
fucking
just like,
matter
oh, okay.
because
Right,
it's just
right. You know,
Tuesday.
everybody talks about
No
how bad it
canning my
got.
tomatoes over here.
It
That's
got
all
bad
it
for,
is.
like,
It's just
it got bad
another
for
day.
middle class, but if you weren't middle class, it was still just the same shit that you dealt with.
Right.
You know, you were still poor. You know,
In
you
Nova
wouldn't have a
Scotia,
house again.
the
So
hardware
get this.
store,
In the last,
we never noticed anything. Like the sales were just about 10% one way or the other because it was always fucking, you know, I always
well,
told
you were
people-
living by oil money, right?
no, I was on the East Coast at that
Oh, on
point.
the east. Okay.
And
yeah,
there was,
well,
I mean, we just didn't even notice anything. You'd hear about it in the rest of the country, but the sales were the fucking, we did 3 or 4 million every year at the hardware store. It didn't fucking matter, right? But then you come out here and like from 2014 to 2015, when oil went from like $150, $170 a barrel to whatever it dropped to, that was unreal. It was just, yeah, I'd never seen anything like that in my life, but we were used again to being broke ass poor. So it wasn't horrible.
right. Yeah. So as it's collapsing,
Yeah.
you're not freaking out because you've
You don't
kind
know.
of seen it.
Well,
You know what?
in the
I
08
had a
one-
really good. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead. I've talked.
Oh no, I was in the 08 one. I mean, we got bent over in that one because I was just out of law school. I was in construction, and my husband was in construction, and we were in Los Angeles, and we were both in construction. We were both in our first 5 years of our careers, and in Los Angeles. And that sucker hit, and that's actually when I found Jack was 2009. But that thing hit, and we went, oh shit, we're gonna lose our house. Like we're fucked. So it scared me bad enough to where I didn't do as much as I could have. You know, I didn't listen all the way to Jack, right? But I did enough to where this time I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You know?
Yeah. You know, so when I realized how bad it looked like it was going to get, because I knew it was going to be bad, and then it was like, wait a minute, you can only do so much to this economy, and it can only bounce back so far. It seemed a lot like the Carter years, which I remember as a child, but I didn't really experience anything. So I interviewed my parents. How'd you successfully get through that? I did a show on that. It was helpful, but as a result of that conversation, I've now been through, like, mentally, what is my top priority, right? So I have rental properties, I have my house. The one thing I'm not losing is this house.
Right.
The only thing that gets me to lose this house is like land ownership is somehow outlawed in this country and nobody owns anything, and then I lose everything anyway. But I went through this whole, like, okay, do I have what it takes to keep my house? What does that look like? And it was a helpful mental exercise for me so that I know exactly where the priorities are. So I'm not like scrambling if it becomes to the point where I have to make a choice like that, right? And that's where, and then it's like, okay, I know what I'll do. So now I'm going to focus on building my business as much as possible, because if the business is doing well, I'm not choosing between a rental and my house.
It's good to know the like order of operations,
Yes.
though, because if shit starts to go fast, you have to like make some decisions quickly.
Yeah.
Like, so the one point I took from Mark's talk yesterday was in the last 21 days, interest rates on houses in the US has doubled. So that
3
means the
weeks.
cost of
That is
home
true.
ownership, the cost of buying a new home has doubled in 21 days. The house is the house of the house. Market's going to adjust.
Yeah.
The cost you're going to pay for that privilege of buying is doubled in 21 days. And the Fed has signaled they have to get inflation under control. And the only way you can mathematically get inflation under control is to have the interest rates above the inflation rate. It's the only way to dampen it. That's why the only other time it has even been attempted was 2008, because the yo-yos had taken the free money and bought stocks in tech companies, right? And the only way you could get those motherfuckers to stop buying them and bidding it up, because at that point it was a FOMO game. It was just a game, but it was with free money. So why wouldn't you just keep playing bigger, right? And then when it finally babooms, whoever's holding it last eats shit. Everybody else made money the whole ride up. that whole curve, they keep all the money.
Yeah.
Taxpayers eat the shit. So they did it. So they did it again from 2012 till now, except they did it with houses. They kept it at 0. So if you were the billionaires and they're going to give you 0, well, one, why wouldn't you buy Bitcoin for like 0.1% interest? Like, why wouldn't you take $1 trillion worth of it? Like, that's what Michael Saylor has been doing. He's telling you exactly what he's doing. That's what he did. They took a $500 million loan, then $1 billion loan. Right?
I think the cliff notes on that is our entire economy is a shit coin.
Well, that's why that tumbled so fast, right? When they deleveraged, the cost of his money went up. Interest rate on $1 billion loan's a lot. He had to sell, I don't know, but people that didn't get their loans properly and might not have 0% money, that had index money, had to call. They got bought out. They got triggered out. They sold automatically. But that hasn't happened with houses. The only way you can get a hold of the billionaires that are scrambling up houses, right, is to make the interest rate, make it cost them enough where they can't rent the house and make it profitable. Or business theory says if you can make $1 unit profit on the transaction, make the cash flow machine happen because you get depreciation and all the other good shit for your books. That has sure stopped. So the housing craziness in Seattle, like literally now, when it hits the like normie news on the like panicky little blonde who doesn't even understand what she's reading and like she's reading it wrong. Ta-da! We're here.
Well, mine was, I got my house. We closed like the first week in April, and I got 3.9%.
You're going to be like 100 years from now. When you're all half electronic, you're going to be telling that story to your grandkids as triple breaking.
Yeah. But I'm like pissed, right?
Androids.
When you your consciousness to the grid or whatever.
Yeah, I have PMI, so I was like, okay, so now I can't refinance because to get so if I refinanced right now, my mortgage plus my principal and interest is more than my principal, interest, and mortgage insurance.
Okay,
right
so
now.
think about like the amount of
Okay.
people that could have bought that house, and now the amount of people that could buy that house. So your market just went from like 100 to like 20.
Oh,
like
well, especially once you get.
What does that do
like,
to pricing? It's
well,
once you get
Margot
the
says home and
600,000
land
up,
prices are coming down.
Yeah. Oh, so
It has
Candace
to.
has been looking like crazy by you guys out there. So like that whole like Kentucky, Tennessee, we're looking North Florida. There's like 1-2 bedrooms now for like needing heavy work, but you know, a couple acres for 40 to 60,000. And they're like, help, we need to sell this week kind of shit. She's looking on the quickie sale list.
How could anyone not see this coming? Like, I don't know.
So,
yeah.
Let me. I have an answer.
Tim.
I have an answer.
I want to hear it.
Here's how it goes, Tim.
Fuck.
When I saw that house where I grew up in the middle of butt fuck nowhere that had trees growing up through it, and they wanted way over 100,000 for it, and it was like 2 acres.
Wow.
That
like,
you couldn't fucking sell for 5,000 5 years ago. I knew there was something wrong.
That 5,000 Monopoly Canadian money, or
it is that fake shit. Yeah, you know.
No, it's
well, I was mad because I was like, oh, interest rates are going up. Maybe I'm not going to be able to get my land right away because they're not doing a lot of home equity lines, which is how I was going to finance it. So I'm trolling on land sites around me out here in Washington, either near me or closer to the ski mountain, and I'm starting to see owner finance again.
Oh, start rolling the back taxes roll and just send the email letters.
That's what I'm going to do.
And I had so many people that would just they almost looked at it as a prideful thing. They're like, yeah, finally property prices are high. That's what they need to be here.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm just telling you, I've seen those, those houses, three-story houses for 40,000 for years. And yeah.
I opened my fucking property evaluation for Squatch land over there for just nothing land. It's not there's no power. There's no water. It's described as like abandoned land. Apparently, abandoned land this year went up 30%.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. So the county is gonna pay themselves. They gave themselves an increase of 30 magical % that my raw abandoned land is supposed to produce somehow,
that's
or
gonna cost you.
require 30% more services for the like.
Sounds like you gotta start charging the Sasquatches for the rent. Is what I'm
Jesus
hearing.
Christ.
Yeah.
No shit.
I got a QWERTY code up, but they just haven't figured out that thumb thing.
Right?
I think
They don't have phones.
you know, I hear people
need a
complaining
Dropbox.
about rents going through the roof,
Oh.
and there are a lot of things that make that happen.
Fuck.
Some of that's lack
Yep.
of inventory, urban growth boundaries that impact that. But if they would just lock the maximum that you can increase a valuation for your county taxes, for your state taxes, property taxes at, like they do for older people, it's like it can't go up more than 2% a year.
Yeah. Okay, fuck
Right.
That would do a
10%
ton
year.
because like why does my rent go up in Nashville $100 or $200 a month? Because my property taxes did. That's why.
For us, it was utility prices. So we've had what the fuck do they
utilities.
call that? I have some kind of environmental levy on all, natural gas, gasoline, all that. We've seen huge
It's carbon tax.
That's it. Thank you. Carbon tax. Yeah.
Fuck.
I'd have to ask Becky for sure, but it's something like a 30 to 40% increase in electricity and natural gas rates over the last year and a half. And people want to know why the rents have to go up. Well, that's
And
why.
your production cost isn't going up on the electricity. It's the mythical cost.
Oh, absolutely. But there's, as long as, well, I mean, I don't care who's in or out, but I mean, I know for a fact, as long as our current government's there, that'll be there. And I don't imagine it'll ever be repealed at this point. So it's a going forward cost that's not going to be eliminated.
But Brian was talking about on your guys' solar show yesterday, like he built that brick shithouse system so when he gets wherever, it can just travel with him. And
Absolutely.
we are getting damn close to being able to throw enough to run a real house in the back of a car.
Oh, yeah.
It's a couple of those giant lithiums.
Yeah. I mean, I got 300.
And the panels are the squishy panels are not far.
I got 302 amp hours, and it's in like a 2 foot by 2 foot space. And if you went vertical, you could just stack those batteries, and they're coming down in price. And that runs my whole shit. Like we didn't with the 4 panels, we didn't run the generator. We wouldn't have had to run the generator for the trip to Washington.
Yeah, because you did some 5 days in the rain, right? And you fired the Jenny for a half hour just for making sure your batteries were fine.
Yeah.
So if somebody got like a 6x12 trailer and packed half of it full of lithium batteries and the rest of it stored for solar panels, they could roll up and power like 6 households and charge people for it in an emergency.
Well,
I this idea.
I was
How do you deal with brownouts? I tap into the trailer guy. Why?
The trailer guy, you're on quickie
You
call.
could even pre-sell stuff. You could have like a contract. Hey, you know what? Here we go, $20 a month. You got trailer guys going to show up, and you're going to get the hookup, and we'll bill you after.
You got like $500,000 for batteries because we're good
Well,
to
yeah,
go.
I'm sure it'd be expensive as hell.
Was it your
crowdfund it right here?
Lightning.
Generator in the backup.
Was it your Monday show, Nicole, where you talked about during the power outage where you guys went around with generators to check on your neighbors and charge them up?
Probably Monday's show.
Yeah.
So
I wrote that down while I was driving. I'm like, I got to remember that.
I mean,
that's great.
like, what are you gonna do? I got my freezer's cold. I better go check the person who's I'm on a first name basis with. How's your freezer doing? Do you need us to cool it off? Yes, please. I don't want to lose all my meat.
Because if they run out of food, whose door are they knocking on? Yours.
Mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of your show, have you downloaded Fountain and claimed your podcast so you get Satoshis when people listen to it?
Oh,
Seriously.
Don't feel bad, Nicole. They keep talking to me about lightning, and I haven't taken 4 fucking minutes to do all this shit that everybody.
but yours is paying Satoshis, isn't it, Tim?
The best thing about Lightning is I can send, like, when somebody wants Bitcoin from me for a thing, I don't have to do this awkward thing where I buy Bitcoin, wait a week, and then send it.
Right.
Yes.
I just send it, and it's really money. It's US dollars for me, and that's fine.
I'm totally convinced of its utility.
On your podcast, or when people listen to your podcast, and right now they're actually like bribing people to listen to your podcast on Fountain. It doesn't cost you anything, and people could like tip you directly with a QR code on your podcast.
Fountain what?
Fountain.fm.
Is that me? I know I've claimed it. I don't know what the fuck to do after that point, though. I'm
There's
not.
the cool man. Oh, here
I
I'm
think you might
checking.
be set
I'm
up on
checking your
Fountain Tip.
podcast right now. I'm checking. Hold on.
Okay.
Double check.
Yeah.
But we do need to get the tip bot in your chat, though, Tim.
I know.
And now that's not hard to do.
Workshop where we create
Now
community
somebody's
fun.
playing something in the background.
That was Tim. Okay,
Oh,
no,
wait,
Tim, you're
that's-
streaming.
that's old
You're
scrambling.
streaming stats.
Weird. It was
Always
Brian.
is.
Weird.
It's always it.
See how
Always.
it's streaming?
Okay.
Oh, now I got to use my phone to do
So-
this.
Yeah. So I just made
Yeah.
2 stats listening to that much of your show.
Wow.
I
All right.
re-listened to my other show yesterday, that day's in the morning show, and it was like an hour and a half of me talking with Keith Snow, and I
that was
made
a
like
great interview.
1,200 sats just re-listening to my own show.
Yeah, and so if you have like 5 old phones that happen to be laying around your house, they could be
It's
listening
not
to
much, but it's all
silent
good.
with the
Oh.
volume turned off. They could be listening to
Oh.
little dance parties that are 5 hours long a piece.
They're
Just
doing
saying.
the Odyssey thing then, are they? Where Odyssey, remember when?
Well, basically, yeah, but it's actually Bitcoin Lightning. It's
Yes.
not a Bitcoin.
So yeah,
it's
they're doing the
Bitcoin Lightning.
thing with Bitcoin.
Because it. Oh, go
They've
ahead.
had it set up to where people can tip you directly or stream sats to you directly for listening to the show, but they're running a promotion and I don't know when they end it. But basically, they're paying everybody who listens a little
sat a
bit
minute.
of Satoshis to listen,
Well,
and you
then
can
they
actually
can
put
tip
more
with
and then
it.
promote more to listen to your
It's
show.
1 sat a minute.
Got it.
But there's a multiplier. When you go on
Yeah.
there, you'll see that multiplier that says share this code to get your multiplier.
I was gonna say, is there an affiliate code that you guys should be using?
Yeah,
there
Why
is.
aren't you using
Yeah,
it on the
Hook up
show
with,
right
like,
now?
5 friends.
So as
Like,
soon
up
as
to
you
5
post that
friends,
on
and
your
every friend
on the
doubles.
chat, 5 people will click it. You'll be up to 5, and then every minute you listen, you'll get 5 sats
Dude, holy shit. See, that's way better because
all day long.
Odyssey, I mean, at one time, I
Yeah.
earned like $1,500 worth of library coin in about 3 months. And now that same library coin is worth $35.
If only you
It's
had sold
okay,
it and put it
but
in
you
Bitcoin.
didn't sell them, right?
No, I still have it.
No,
Yeah.
they have utility because
We'll see.
every one you post costs you 0.01.
Well, I know the
library.
Bryans up there, the 2 of them have both actually done the promotion thing with Fountain where it actually promotes their shit. And I'm
Holy
behind
shit.
on it. I need to do it.
You guys
But
want
both
to
those
see
guys
this?
have had this massive
I'm doing it
spike
right
in the amount
now.
of people who have been listening for promoting it and basically bribing their audience to listen to it. What were you telling me earlier? It was like you got like what 7,000 listens or some shit in a couple days.
Okay, so watch this. Here I got
1,000 a day,
That's insane.
up from like 100.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's nuts. I need to get on that shit.
Okay, so this is so it took me 6 months to get up to like there's Patty back in. Okay, so see that where it says audience number? Because Anchor gives you your stats.
Nobody can see it, but we trust you.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
We believe you.
So it took me 6 months to get 13 audience ish, right? And I was up to like 800 total downloads.
Yeah.
I ran that Anchor promotion. The next day, I had an audience here of 98, and I had 2,178 plays.
That's insane.
Then 48 hours later, which was this picture, so 48 hours after that, oh shit, where are you? So now I'm so I'm up to 2,900 downloads and
Now you got me convinced.
161 audience with
I mean,
1,395 unique listeners delivered. I spent a total of $50.
I think I've made like 8,000 sats this week just listening to podcasts
Hey!
I normally listen
Hey,
Wow.
how are you?
That's awesome.
to. Yeah.
So
So you're saying I
There's
need
the
to
handsome man.
do my podcast? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
Or at
saying when
least
you
can
do
be
your
listening to
podcast,
podcasts on Fountain,
there's a
one of the
market,
two, yeah.
you know, and
Well, so my problem is, all right, I don't like to record stuff as much. So,
hey, let's
no
talk
one's
about the
your boy.
TikTok
Just
stuff
tough to
too.
do a
Now that
podcast,
we're
man.
busting Nicole's nuts on signing up for a Fountain, she's doing that. Brian,
I'm
tell
not.
them.
My podcast isn't even coming up.
Oh
Oh,
no,
it should.
you,
I
if
saw
you're
it on there.
on Apple, you
It
will.
should be there.
You got to search around
I think I have
by.
it.
If you're looking under podcasts, don't look under episodes. Look under
shows.
shows.
Oh,
You'll
That
come
might
up.
be what's throwing you. Yeah.
You
It's
can
a li-
add.
It's a
any-
little bit different, but it's a pretty good podcast.
It's a nice
player.
skin.
It takes
really-
a
it works.
little bit to get used to it, but
I
once
need to
you
start
figure it
playing
out,
with
it's
the
just
clips
super
thing.
solid.
I haven't figured out the clips
Has
thing
more
yet, but I need to
options
start
to
Okay,
playing
so
with
what's
it.
it called? Fountain? Is that what I need to download?
Fountain.fm.
All right.
Fountain.fm.
And anybody who's listening,
And when
don't
you go to
listen
the
to our shit on
website-
Fountain because you're gonna get Satoshis, and then whenever they quit that shit, y'all can tip us if you want.
Oh, here,
But
I'll put it in the
But the nice
comments.
thing about
They're
that is
asking.
instead of like the YouTube shit, the super chats and whatnot, nobody takes a cut. It goes directly to our wallet.
Well, there
So-
is a cut.
Well,
that's
yeah,
mixed
Fountain
in.
takes a cut.
If you
Intentionally.
choose to, you
If
can
you
deduct
choose
that.
Choose to.
If you want to be
It's
an asshole, you
voluntary.
can cut them out. I leave it in there because
I
I
do
figure,
too.
well, they're putting the platform
How
up.
do I claim it though?
You
It
have-
says I will
So go to your
claim it.
podcast.
Okay, go to your
and then
podcast.
There's a little lightning bolt.
bolt. Yeah,
That's
lightning
it.
bolt.
Yeah.
And then it's going to
Click
say,
it.
what email did you
Forever
use
to
to
find
set
it.
up with Apple?
It'll say claim your podcast at the bottom.
And
And
you
then
guys
you
will-
just-
Create your Lightning wallet.
oh, yeah, it will create a wallet for you. Yep.
Yeah,
It didn't
and then
do
you'll
that.
claim your podcast. You'll have to do the confirmation email and everything.
Tell them
And if it
the
goes weird,
email
just
that
email
you
their
set up your
support
Apple
and like
podcast
those
with.
guys over there. Or
Okay, that's
That's
cool. It's funny
Yeah,
because
and
I
then tomorrow.
started actually working on this before Self Reliance Festival,
yeah,
Fuck, you've been
like on
busy.
the whole thing and getting lightning tips and like
Mhm.
podcasting 2.0 stuff.
There,
And
you're on it
you
right
guys
now.
were going
It's
to
all
help
done.
me because they listen to Jack and they know who I am, and I was like, actually,
Right.
I'm coordinating an event, and my mind might explode in the next 3
Yeah,
days.
Nicole,
So we're going to do this after SRF.
that's
I
all
know
set
Jack
up
really
right
liked-
now.
Yeah, you're done.
That's
You're
a
on Web
registration
2.0.
for
You're done.
Podcast 2.0. You don't have to
Yeah.
do anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, I know
Anybody
Jack
really
streams
liked
it on
Breeze.
any of them, it
Well,
goes
why
to
didn't
that
they
wallet.
tell me this?
Because they didn't know about it.
They didn't know. We just
Right,
figured
right.
it out while you were there.
Okay.
Jack
Ah.
really likes Breeze. He's really big on it and everything like that. But anything that happens on any of the podcast 2.0,
Yeah, go
Breeze
Tim.
or anything like that, if you people boost you or stream you Satoshis or whatever, it works across all of them.
So
Okay.
I
And
clicked
our
the
account
Jack
is the way to go
'cause I-
with it because it's easy and you can go in like me and Brian we're playing with this. If we have somebody else on our show, we can actually split sats like where
Yeah.
we interviewed each other.
yes,
We both
yes.
have it set, so if somebody tips the show, it goes to each of us. You know, you can
So-
adjust all that shit if you need to.
On each show, if you click on their
however you
icon
wanna
on
set
the
it.
right, it shows you how they are distributing their income.
Mhm. Yep.
And Jack has got his IT guys cut in. If
Did
you
one
look
guys
at
get
his,
like 20% or
he-
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Jack only retains 75%, and
Yep.
he gives 1% to the trust, and 4% to the fountain, and
Yep.
20% to his IT team. That's how he has his setup.
Yep.
There we are.
Cool.
Boom. That's a great way for people
I don't
to
actually
work.
know what email is associated with
Oh.
my RSS feed.
Thanks.
It's your Apple, it's your Apple
What do you
account.
use like what Anchor or what do you
No,
use for your?
It's your iTunes.
I use Libsyn.
Oh,
Okay, so you whatever email you have set up with Libsyn is what.
Yeah,
you
that's totally where I'm like, and I don't know the answer to that question, so now I have to go look it up.
don't know.
You guys, you're
So-
making this
It's
hard.
whoever
Oh,
distributes.
It's
no,
probably
you
not
are.
what email I think it should be.
I
That's
don't
my
know.
theory.
That's
I'm
the
as
only
bad. I probably
question
have, like,
you got.
16
That's
emails,
it,
but-
and you're in.
Yeah.
You're in.
That's okay. I have
So
access
be
to.
aware. I was gonna say, be
Yes.
aware if you start a new Proton mail, it's proton.me now.
Oh.
You can have either or though. The people who had a .com before, you have the option of doing that. I think I can actually do .com and .me. So
You can, but if
Hey.
it's a new one,
if it's a new one,
Right.
yeah.
I'm
Then
super
it's-
curious. Did Corey's showing some toe get a slappy slap today, or a
No,
happy-
no,
Yeah,
no.
that was
She's
hilarious.
Yes.
been in the clear for a little while.
So it was only, what, 2 or
and
3
she got
times?
her TikTok put back up on.
Oh, good.
Oh,
good.
was it
So-
actually down?
The TikTok, one of the TikToks got pulled for sexually explicit.
It got actually.
And I think
Not
we
loud.
said
So
on
Josh and I are sending back and forth.
Yeah,
these
no, they're-
TikToks that we were finding today. Like one's got
Like, oh,
this
this is
girl
allowed.
performing fellatio off the camera, like
With the
just
banana
top of her
pastry.
head.
There was literally a
like-
chick that like appeared to have no clothes on, taking off her socks with her feet in front of the camera.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, look at
Saying,
those feet.
guess what comes next? And that's okay. That's okay.
Okay. So
Oh,
who can help me now? All right. So
What do you
I've
got?
got right here. It says
I
import
don't
from
know.
Apple podcast. Will that just bring everything over that I follow from
Yeah,
Apple?
import
Yep.
from
Good.
Apple. Your whole thing just comes right over. You don't have to do anything.
There you go.
It
Yeah,
says
so-
error
Feed
sending
function, too.
verification email.
Yep,
Check-
and they're
check
going to
your
send you an
spam
email.
folder. Mine was in my all mail as opposed to my inbox for some stupid
Well, and
reason.
you've got Tim. You've got the options on there that all the other podcast players though to have too. You can like adjust speed if you want to listen to 1.5 times.
I think
all
it's
that fun stuff is there.
2.75 they go up to.
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
up to I know. By the way, don't listen to Jack at like 2.5 times. It's
Woo.
don't do it.
Don't
That guy
accidentally
he had
go
on
down to the
today.
0.5 either, because
No.
I like slid it all the way across and I was like, oh my God.
It's
Chicken
happening.
Hawk would be-
Guy today
Chicken
was
Hawk
off.
could be another guy. Oh, Nicole, go ahead.
So it says error sending the email. Does that mean I'm entering the wrong email and I should try the one on my iTunes account?
Probably. Yeah.
Try the iTunes. Trust
Yeah,
that.
try that one.
I think that's where it sucks the feed from.
It does, I think, pull it from the main Apple podcast feed.
Because
So
you have to
other
meet Apple. I think
question?
they are just relying on like if Apple boots you, then
Well,
So-
it's
That's
an
probably
RSS
what it is.
distribution.
Since
But
I've
if you ever
claimed
needed to- go ahead.
Since I've claimed my Toolman Tim, the Workshop podcast on Fountain a while ago, does that mean I've been earning sats or
Yeah.
stats?
If people will send it to
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Yeah.
So click
It
on the
should show up
wallet
in your
on
wallet
the
there if
bottom.
you claimed it.
There's
So
4
that's,
different things.
will it
Click
show
on
up
the
on this app once it's done?
So wait,
importing?
did you claim it on Fountain or did you claim it somewhere else?
Wherever Brian told me to. I'm sure it was Fountain.
Okay, so you'll probably have to go through the same process that Brian went through. You can get it switched over to Fountain.
No, he
Oh,
got
I
it.
know
So-
my password.
So Tim, on the bottom, there's
Yep.
4 different files. There's one for podcasts. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on.
This would be a horrible episode to listen to, won't it?
Oh yeah, but okay. So on the bottom, see how it says Discover, and then it says Podcast. The other one says Wallet. So hit that wallet one.
Rachel
I
said
will.
something
It's
about
still
what
importing.
you
Oh,
tried.
yeah,
Still
okay.
importing. He
Yeah.
listens to 8 million podcasts.
As soon as you get
It's
it,
probably bringing in the old downloaded episodes too, I'm guessing. So yeah,
it gives you a cool recap though of your income and stuff, like by day, by week, by month.
okay.
So I can see
Pretty
like
cool
who,
app, yeah.
and you can
What do
see
you got
like,
today, Brian?
today.
Yeah, how many of
So
you earned?
today I earned 510 sats, and I supported outbound 224 sats.
You want to know what I earned today?
So I supported Lots Project right there.
You want to know what I earned today?
You probably earned 1,500.
Oh yeah.
77.43 so far.
That's
Are you listening
insane.
to him on 2.75?
No, that's for my show.
That's what he's
Oh,
been getting. This guy's
No,
been getting
the
boosts and
first day.
stuff
Oh, if
screened.
I click it to the days that I was running my promotion, I was earned
Yeah.
9,700 earned
Yeah.
right there.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, people just
And-
tip, like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
it went up. So it raised
fun.
I think it raised my daily. So I ran the first one,
yeah.
and then I had that episode where I talked about the feet, and I was like, I might as well post that one.
That story just cracked me up so bad.
Controversy. It's
It's
great.
like I guess there are people who have feet fetishes, but like, here's my glasses. Like, cool. Like, what are we doing
Oh
at
no,
some
I'm sure
point?
there's a glass for them.
I'm sure. I mean, here's a sexy camera on my desk. Look, it's a GoPro.
exit.
I could charge some people to not see my feet. I'm pretty sure they pay. So.
That was a
Well,
thing,
Brian
and when
sent me a
I
test thing from my newsletter. I had a button in there to submit a question to the podcast, and so he tests it out. And the question was, "How many cucumbers can Corey pick up with her feet?"
I'm
We should
trying to
record
watch
it,
the
make
room
it
with
the
the
next-
red button that says
make it
do
the
not
next
You should have
TikTok
said back and
challenge.
said, depends on whether they're pickled or not.
Are they pickled? I was gonna ask it in the question of how many pickles can a land-laden swallow carry or something like that.
Oh my god, I'm in a
Get
bit of a
gripped by
dead
the
zone down
husk.
here. It
Hey,
could take
look.
me a while.
Somebody named Scramblin streamed me 475 sats for listening to my podcast episode.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Bam! Hey, so I'm streaming outbound when I'm listening to people too. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I think I have it set both ways.
So is the ability to promote yourself still available?
Yeah,
You're going to get an email tomorrow or the next day. But Brian talked to the owners, right? How was that? The owner or
I think you
manager?
could have him on his
the
podcast.
developers. Yeah, I might have Oscar on this
Nice.
month. He's
They're
super
destroyed.
busy
They're
right
getting killed.
now.
Yeah,
They're
like
super busy with this promotion shit. So
I
I
will
was
say,
like,
every
yeah,
time-
I'm not gonna I don't want to take up your time in the middle of that. He's like, yeah, how about July? And I'm like, yeah, July will work.
Okay, so Margot is asking, what
Yeah.
app are we talking
That's what
about?
Just gonna say, yep.
what
Let's
fountain
start
podcast?
there.
Okay, so
And
I put
Margot,
up
I gave you the refer code in my Telegram chat because I see that you're there too.
Do it.
and,
do it.
and the
Post it
comment
up everywhere
above
else,
that.
too. We'll all
It
add
says
you.
www.fountain.fm. When you go there, it's an app, right? So that's a website. It's only that one page just says, hey, you've made it. You want the Apple Store or you want the Play Store? Because you got to go
Yeah.
download the app. That's it.
Yeah.
Go
If
download
you
the app.
Post that, Nicole. You ought to be covered because I think it goes like if 5 of us actually put that code in to
Yeah.
You'll beat a
ours,
5.
You
Yeah,
get a
somebody
boost every
sends me
time
one
and
of
then
their
you max
codes.
out.
I'll put it in mine too, but you gotta do it on Telegram because I don't have email on my
Yeah,
phone.
drop them on
It's
Nicole's
fine.
Telegram. Go drop your fountain
There are
code.
5 of us here. We could all do that if we
Yep.
had
Yep. Yes.
I'm just still waiting on my importing.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I didn't
Oh,
import anything. I just was like, I'm just gonna claim my podcast and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Tim said, so I text Tim a picture. I got a spam call from Alberta today.
When
And
no,
I snapped a
Manitoba.
picture with my personal phone and sent it to Tim. I said, Jesus, now the spammers are coming from out of the country. He's like, oh, when we get calls from there, it's from the Canada Revenue, like our IRS. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm a quarter Canadian.
no.
They're coming after what I owe.
That's not okay.
Canada's so desperate for money, they're coming after Americans now.
You were thinking
Whenever
about
it's a
working in
Winnipeg
Canada.
number, you're like, what the fuck does the government want now? It's all, yeah. That's
What?
where CRA is.
Inflation's so high, the Mounties are knocking on our doors now, and we're in the U.S.
Really?
Right?
Hey, we hear you got some gold.
Nope.
Like, fuck no.
Hey there, we'll take some payment in moose turds.
I actually had
Oh,
this.
so
was
speaking
really
of-
cool. Oh, go ahead.
Speaking
Sorry.
of moose
Oh, I
turds,
was saying, Brian, you had Matt on today. Was that
I
super
had
fun?
Cecily on. It was.
they did.
Yeah.
I
Firstly-
had a blast. Or
That's
Sir,
good.
Sir
AddressTaxAdvice.com. Okay, go ahead.
Matt's
oh
so
no.
great. I had him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Well, you guys all had him on first, so I got to listen to his interviews. So yeah, I just like batted
Right.
him about like a cat. It was fun. I didn't let him
That's
out of any
amazing.
corners. Yeah, you'll love it,
I
Patty.
have to go listen to it. Well, I was thinking about him today because I was setting up my website, and he has an advantage over me because you can give tax advice in any state.
And we talked about how
it's-
that it's more sacrosanct than a priest because and
Yes.
they can sometimes give it up, and your CPA will always give it up under subpoena,
But your lawyer,
tax
no.
lawyer will never give it up.
But
can't,
from like
actually.
a business standpoint, from a licensing perspective, I am only licensed to practice in California.
Right.
The only way around that is tax. And then I was reading the code today when I was setting up my website. Son of a bitch, if arbitration isn't an exception.
Oh, so you could practice
Wait.
arbitration
Wait,
nationally
that's cool.
above board. So you're
I
going
was
the right
saying-
way.
Technically, can't anybody who even doesn't have a license perform arbitration if they were assigned as
Oh,
the arbiter?
perform. Yeah.
They can be the arbitrator, but they cannot advise you regarding arbitration. There's
Well, I mean, they could, but I mean, they
lawyer
could get sued.
exception. Well,
No,
they
but
can,
we are
they-
going
it-
to be on Patty's
it's a felony.
arbitration team because if
Yep.
there's an arbitrator between farmers, they would want the
Yep.
meat guy hearing their case, not Tim.
Yep.
He knows nothing about raising fucking cattle in Texas, right? So
Thank
they're going
God.
to come to you because you're in
Right.
the pool. Everybody in her pool is going
Yep.
to be expert in blah,
Oh,
blah,
yeah.
somebody somebody in that
Yep,
field. And they might
exactly.
have 3 arbitrators. You might just be the one that's the expert in the
Yeah,
field.
no, I could give you tax advice, but you'd be fucking stupid to listen. So.
Right.
well, I mean, but that's it.
But
so
Matt-
You're not going to make a lot of
Matt-
money at it.
For
Right.
sure. No,
But
he- it
because
was-
it's tax, it's federal, right? So that's how
right, and he
Matt
only
can do
deals
it,
with
but
federal
from-
issues, federal
yeah,
tax,
only federal
business.
issues. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It was great. He answered questions. I was prepared to politician bash his face until he answered questions, and if
Perfect.
he started doing the dodge around, walk around. Oh no, it
The
was
thing,
gonna.
yeah.
Trust me, it was gonna be on.
Job with it.
It was great. It was the greatest interview. Yeah. So he talked about the best ways to form up, like why? Because you ask anybody, well, should I be a C or an S? Well, fucking it depends. No,
I love that he called
Well,
you
it
out. He's like,
depends.
6 months
we
ago,
got
you
to
were
it.
wrong.
LLC pretty much for like 90% plus. For less, there's some crazy extenuating circumstances, but and then he went over the why. Here's the why. And I was like, yeah, I agreed with all of them. Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
Because
But yeah,
all the
if I give
bullshit where people
somebody-
think they're getting a benefit where they're
They don't.
not by being no, all that bullshit, corporate veil,
Most people don't do
sole
it right.
proprietor, right?
Yeah.
And don't do it
Don't-
right. But
don't bother.
being in
Yes.
certain states, being a C corp could be better because where you're at. He's like, there's certain
it
exceptions.
depends on the state, but most of the people in the agri space are not going to do the paperwork to back up their C corp, so they're just going
Right.
to be vulnerable anyway.
And
So
just be in
it's like-
trouble. Yeah.
Why?
So
You're just gonna be in trouble. Just
You
That's
finish
what
up,
you pay
Tim?
people to do paperwork for you for.
maybe.
Right.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
Well, and
I
it
agree.
was great too, man.
Hang on.
God, I wanted to give credit to it's the
Doesn't
lady
look
with the
like it
D
showed up.
online with the yellow and black logo,
passing
but
notes
she
up
sent in
there?
some great questions about like how many dollars should you make before you
Yeah.
engage someone like your services, and he like gave a real number, not a bullshit blah 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 in the sky, right? Like if it's a side hustle,
Yeah.
20,000. That's a good number. You're going to not make any money hiring me, but you're going to keep yourself out of some shit. It'll be a push. I'll save you enough to pay for my services ish. Year 1 and year 2 or 3, 4 might get
I
better.
heard I need to make less than 20,000 on every side hustle is what I heard.
Well, he said, don't call him.
You heard right.
No. He just said when you get through that phase as a side hustle, the benefits of, remember, he's only a tax advisor.
Oh, yeah.
He's not your CPA. He doesn't do your taxes. You sit down with him in a room where you don't have to say, like, my Aunt Sally once did this thing. You can have an
Like
honest
Goldfish.
conversation, right? Because the only thing you can't do as a tax advisor legally as an attorney is help you commit a crime. So even if you lay out like this
What
perfect
your
crime
ordained minister
scenario,
can. I mean,
he
that's,
could say, no, he could say, like, if you did that thing you just told me, but you changed this one thing, it would no longer be a crime. Like,
Right.
so we can hear the whole story and it's not, what do they call that? Conspiracy. Like if you go
Right,
through that with
'cause-
your CPA, that's called like structuring and other things, and they take notes, which are all subpoenaable.
but somehow
So
if
that-
you're the
But you're
government,
allowed
it's
to
not
ask
impressive.
your lawyer, right? You
Yeah, you are allowed to ask your
lawyer,
lawyer.
You know, yeah, you're allowed to ask your lawyer, hey, if I do this, would that be stupid? And they can answer yes without getting you in trouble. You know, they can. What
Right.
the lawyer can't do is say, and this is how you do it. You know, they
No,
can't
no,
do that.
not how to do it. Yeah. But he can answer
But
questions
they can say,
honestly
do it
without
differently.
your
That's
CPA.
such a lawyer answer.
No, if
It
you want to know
is,
how to
but-
do
It
it and
depends.
do it legally, ask a cop. But just be
But-
sure it's a cool cop.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't.
They'll
You'd be
probably tell
surprised,
you.
man. They don't know the code.
No, most of them don't.
No,
It's so deep.
bad.
It's so
No,
deep.
I
And
know.
you know
Well-
what? Even the tax guys, they had 10,000
They don't
fucking
know.
pages a year.
I'm
They
not
don't- I
sure,
mean,
Brian.
they know the time.
They're having their own conversation up there, Nicole. Don't worry about it. They're trying to fix it, Tim shit.
I mean, Brian just used my code, so I know that.
Oh,
Right,
good.
no, they're
Oh,
trying
well.
to fix Tim's shit. They're passing
Okay,
notes.
so there's my app, and
Yeah.
it doesn't appear that
Yeah,
this
let me go
app is
find that
linked
shit.
to my podcast because when I go, it says I have no wallet. It says I have no, I don't know why. And it should be the same email because I use the same email for everything. Now, why would
You sent
What?
the
You
email-
clicked on the
Yeah,
thing that
it's
said
live.
claim my
It is.
podcast?
I did that a while ago because
Did you
it's
set up your wallet?
no, I want to set up my wallet, but it doesn't look like I
Okay.
actually have
No,
it.
no, no. You go. So on the bottom it
This
says
way.
Discover Podcast Wallets and Profile.
Click wallet.
Click on Wallet.
Yep. And it says create my wallet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, hit that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't have Satoshis go to
And
your
then
wallet
you
code.
can.
It's-
That's what I had trouble with. when I
They'll
was-
come right to you since you started
Alright.
it earlier. You
It's
claimed your
your-
podcast.
Margot,
Bang, bang.
Yes,
Hold on a
Margot.
second. Margot's got a question. So, Margot, you're going to want to go to your wallet page, and it's going to say refer your friends. You're going to click on that, and then at the bottom, you'll be able to see your code and then claim a code.
Right there.
Yeah.
There you
Refer
go.
friends.
So how
And if you give me your code, Margot, I'll put it in mine.
how do I know that this podcast,
drop it
this
in the
app
chat.
is linked to my podcast at this point? Because I don't see anything in here about like with my profile or anything showing up.
Okay, hold on. Go to podcasts.
Yep, go-
Then shows. Then click
Okay.
on your podcast.
Okay, there's nothing. I didn't actually finish importing
Okay,
everybody's
hit
stuff.
the search button right up the top
Okay.
and type Toolman Tim
Yep.
and
Yeah.
hit search and then hit shows.
Yeah. Episodes is what mine Apple says. I don't know which. What are you using, Apple
I
or
don't know why my
Android?
internet's so slow tonight.
Tim, what are
Oh,
you using?
you're on an iPhone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
your
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
Okay,
listen to
no.
Brian.
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Meanwhile, Shieldly is giving Liberty Meat Solutions a hard time on my Telegram.
okay, so right there, podcasts.
Yep,
Right,
I
at
did
the
that.
bottom.
Like, where did she
Okay.
post her code? Oh,
Then up at the top, you see where it says episodes or it
And
says
shows.
shows. Yeah, shows. So go to shows.
Okay.
Okay, now see the search glass.
You mean
Yep.
it's not a valid code.
There you go. Put in
Oh,
Tool
there
Man.
you
Or
go.
what's
Yeah.
yours called? What's your actual name?
Workshop
of it?
podcast. There it is. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Click on it.
Okay. There, I've got that.
Okay, you see the lightning bolt right beneath your name? Click
Lightning
on that.
bolt.
Oh, Claim
bolt.
podcast. Oh, okay. All right.
Boom!
So you didn't do it when I told you to do it. You
Click the lightning
imagined
bolt.
it.
Right. I know we did that night,
Tech
but
support with
So
her.
yeah, so
After
you
party.
claim your you have to prove ownership of the podcast,
sure
right? That's
we
by
did
the
that.
verification that you.
See, we should just put this video out now. We've just trained everybody.
I'm telling
No,
you.
really.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like
If
we've been
you-
doing that for like the last 5 after parties, at least me and Brian.
You know what though? It's
I haven't been
great
here.
because everybody that's like, oh, I didn't get out on the Bitcoin bandwagon. It's free effing money. It's literally a ATM
I mean, it was
machine that
like
they turned
why
on.
It's
why
a
you
little
join
bit.
Odyssey and watch your videos there because
Yeah.
you get money
Yeah.
for watching videos.
Is
Right.
that
And it's
working
not very
again?
much money, but it adds up to $20 at the
It's
end of
not
the year.
much, but it's free.
It's not
and
much.
you know, I mean, 10 years
You're
from
gonna
now,
watch
what's
the
Bitcoin
videos
worth?
anyway, right?
What's Bitcoin going to be
Mhm.
worth in 10 years?
Like, if I
So-
want to watch Jack live, I'll watch on YouTube, right? But any replay,
Right.
any replay of any of you guys, Odyssey, right?
think
'Cause
I-
live's
If you
live.
give
Okay,
zero
I want to be able to be in the
fucks
chat.
about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency at all. It's free money for y'all to tip us if you don't give a shit about it. We'll gladly take it if you don't want.
Well, I'm totally
You
gonna
know?
stream all my
Right,
podcasts
exactly.
on this if it gives my podcast
Right.
friends money. Like,
No, if you don't have to do
exactly.
anything, it just did it for you. It's so done.
Yeah,
You never
it
have
just
to
does
do
it.
anything ever again.
yeah.
Well,
That's
you
the
can-
beauty.
I'm
know,
totally
when
talking
you-
about this on my podcast now.
Do
When
it.
you,
Yeah.
Margot's
when you
gonna be like, I need to
listen-
get on because now I can talk about it because I just listened to
Now
this
I can
thing
talk
about
Yes,
setup.
you've now claimed your
Are
podcast.
you all still using
So-
StreamYard? Are you still using or all
Yeah,
of you using
yeah.
StreamYard for your
Yeah.
podcast to record
Yeah,
your
what do you-
podcast?
Yeah.
What'd
For
you
all
find?
live
Something
stuff,
better?
yeah.
What do you got?
No, I just
Oh.
was
Works great.
looking.
It's
Yeah.
How much is
So,
my three
look-
streamer was $80 for the year. So what's that? $6 a
fine.
month or $7 a month?
I get so many times
That's a-
guests tell me how simple StreamYard was to get into. They just love it. I mean, it's so
So-
goddamn easy.
It makes it pretty dang easy.
Although we had an audio problem that we think was related to StreamYard at Self Reliance Festival, and
Mhm.
the person running the video there, who is fantastic, she's awesome. She has a different solution for streaming that she uses that I'm going to go check out now.
Okay.
Okay.
I do it for the production more than anything else because you can add, it brings in the chat and you can do the files. And
You
all
can
that
strip
stuff.
the audio too. I saw. and
Oh, no.
You can do.
If you
Is
pay
that
for the
you?
fancy thing, you can
Is
actually
that you,
download the
John?
individual audio files for each
Right.
attendant too. I'm not
Right, I
paying for
saw
that
that.
big expensive one, but it's nice you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Your
right.
phone.
Well, I got the website up. It's a start. I mean,
So I
Hey,
how do I think I've got it now. Because when I click on claim now, it says boost or let me see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Value
Yep,
for
got
value
it.
at that point. So it doesn't actually okay.
So now that's asking you, when you listen, how many Satoshis a minute do you want to outbound stream to the creators you listen to? That's what that question is asking you.
Okay.
okay.
Do you want to boost? So you could just
So I
say
either need to
no.
transfer something in, fund my wallet, or earn some and then give them out.
Right. Yeah, wait till you have some. But when the promotion started, I chucked $10 in my Lightning wallet
Yeah.
on Exodus and then threw it. Yeah, so you can throw it from any Lightning wallet to this Lightning wallet, right?
And where do I get my referral code from? Let's see. Multiply your earnings. Oh, there we go. Share code. Yep.
That's it. Share code. Boom.
All right. Hang on then.
If you chuck it to me on the private chat, I'll drop it in the chat if you want everybody to just go get you up to 5 real quick.
Tim's.
There we are.
Yeah, I need to try to get Nicole's, but I'm not allowed in her group. I didn't realize.
Oh, you had
I didn't
to.
even join the group. I didn't realize it wasn't in it.
You have
and
to
then I
click
just
the "I'm
copied
not
it.
a bot."
Click the
shit,
thing,
I screwed it up.
That
I'm probably
bot
banned
is
for life
sensitive.
now.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
if you've been
yeah.
thrown out of any group
Oh.
ever that bot's federated with, you won't be allowed into any new group.
I can't
no.
join it. I can't
Yeah.
join
Oh,
the
my-
group because of that shit.
Yeah,
There's been so
because
much
I'm
spam.
federated with TSP and some other
Oh,
groups, and it
no.
actually really
Let me
keeps it.
try again.
Yes.
There we
Mm.
go.
So that's
I
why
am
when
not
you're
a bot.
saying like you got
Not a
thrown
bot.
out
Hey,
of crypto
I'm not a
geese,
bot.
that's why. Somewhere you got thrown
Oh.
out of some group with that bot. And
So now you're in. Can you say anything?
Let me check.
Like type something. Say hi.
It's a little too matrixy, guys, for me.
yeah, it's like
Matrixy.
Notice
Candace
that I
is
don't
like,
Yeah,
you
have
motherfuckers are all in a
It
cult.
That is
Okay.
cool.
So
Gotta
I have
shave your
this
head.
fountain thing all worked. So I should now, when people listen on any of the podcast 2.0 apps, I
Yep.
should receive sats. Is that right?
Boom.
If
Yep.
they have it set to stream them to you, or if they want to send a boost to you, yeah, they
Okay.
can turn it on or off.
If they
can
listen
choose
on
how much
Fountain
per minute.
FM,
If they want
like-
to send, yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
on
You should get a
2.0,
boost now,
the choice.
Tim.
How do you do that now?
So
No,
All
he
you
just sent
go
one
to
to
your
you.
wallet and
You
you'll
shouldn't
get
have
it'll
Oh,
go
I
up
got it.
to like 2 or
Oh, lots. Yep, that came quick. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's crazy because it's running on Lightning. All this stuff, like all some kid
super
did, right,
fast.
is made a wallet to skin over iTunes. That's all this is. That's
Right.
all this is.
It's
It's
its own
just a
app. It just
skin
pulls
over
from that
iTunes.
same RSS feed as,
Okay,
as
then-
all the
Yeah,
other.
if we're
podcasts.
doing this, then what do I need to do for the Lightning wallet? What do I need for that? Because
No,
I
you
heard
You already have a
Lightning
Lightning
wallet.
wallet.
You're
When you click
done.
on wallet, that is your Lightning wallet.
Yeah,
in
you're
the app.
done.
It's
That
there.
is
So
your
this
wallet.
so now I can use this to.
Yeah, what's your address? It tells you.
can send that,
Your
can send
address is
that out from there
Toolman.
to other
Yeah.
Lightning wallets. You can send it to the Telegram tip bot you haven't set up yet. You can
Yeah,
send
Oh,
it
the
to
tip bot
any
can send your
Lightning
I
money
have
wallet.
a
there.
tip pod at least. I have
Hey,
that.
there you go.
Which
You
one
can-
of you? I think Josh, was it you who got it? It was a Josh who got
Didn't
me
I
set
set
up.
up? No.
you can send anything in your tip bot. You can send that to your Fountain wallet.
Yeah,
You can send it to your
and
Fountain wallet.
vice versa.
Oh.
You can collect it in one spot or move it.
You
I
can
know
move
what-
in between them. So
Or
Now
wallet
the
to
wallet-
Satoshi or Exodus or wherever you want.
right.
Yeah,
Now, the
see
wallet
this little
Fountain is not gonna
transactions?
do all the same stuff as the fancy wallets.
I think
some of the other
Margot
stuff,
knows that
but
I used
it'll
her
work.
code.
Yeah, see if you hit the transactions under the wallet, that's everybody who's listening to your show. So you can see who's listening to your show
Oh,
and
that's
how long
creepy.
they listen. So you can even hit
A
them
lot
back.
of
That
anonymous
is a little
usernames.
creepy.
You could just hit them back a
But
quick
it's
note.
up to them to choose. They can choose their username and everything
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
They can
no,
be
no.
anonymous. It's
I
not
just
like-
noticed it does anonymize the data. They're all numbers. All the
Oh, yeah.
users are just number strings.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can set a custom user.
No, I
Oh,
got
so-
usernames.
You'll see if the Lots Project or Liberty Meet tipped
Oh,
you.
yeah. There's
Right.
if a show.
If you
Okay.
just by default join, you're going to get like a random string. You don't have to announce who you are.
Right. Okay. So
And there's an
people-
option. You can go in there and set any of the boosts and whatnot to be a private mode, so it doesn't show who it comes from. There is an option to do that.
Yeah. It's
I just don't care because if I'm going to tip somebody, I don't mind if they know who
Kind
it
of
is.
So
like
the cool
want to
thing
hand up
is-
the money myself.
It's a great skin though. That's really all
It
is.
is.
It's a skin or it's a podcast player that is a wallet.
It's like going out
And
and getting
that-
Podcast Nation or something like that. But it just
Did you
does
hear
all the
Jack's
other
show
shit.
on Lightning the other day on
Yeah,
his
that was a
Bitcoin
good show.
series? It's
Yeah.
right with what we're talking about. It's
Yeah, it's
Yep.
exactly.
it's it.
Well,
It's
same
so
thing.
like
Like,
literally, my
you-
problem with explaining this to people who listen to me was that until I do it once, I can't explain it. And
Exactly.
then when I was
and now
starting
you
to
can
do
help
it,
them get that
it was
done.
not super user friendly. I'm like, okay, I am going to figure this out, but it's going to have to be
Now
one
it's
of those.
ridiculous.
Somebody
One
needs
of
to like
those
set up a
opt-in
Telegram group where they
workshops where
just
you
like
choose to
work
go,
through
you
Lightning
know,
shit.
like on the webinar thing. But yeah, this is super. That just does itself.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
guys,
did
I
you
have to
say-
shoot out. I'm
See ya,
gonna
Patty.
getting my
Next week.
haircut.
Hey, you're gonna have your show by next week. Show one. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
if you guys keep bothering
Yay!
me about it, I will.
Do it.
All
Do
right,
it.
We'll make
StreamYard.
it work.
See ya. Bye.
bye,
Bye.
guys.
Night, Patty.
Hey,
Later.
what's your workshop you're running in July? Nicole,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
running
okay.
a workshop in
This
July,
is
right?
badass, man. So
Whale thing.
Billy Bond came out to Self Reliance Festival where
I love him
Brian
on
was, and I like looked at him. I'm like, I know this face, and he still had to tell me his name. It was kind of embarrassing. Like literally, I've been on 2 shows with you. Anyway, so Billy was there, and John kind of said, "Hey, what I really want to see happen because we're doing multiple festivals a year is that we do a permaculture build in between, so there's new stuff for people to see." And one thing led to another, and we're doing a swale class for $197 on the 30th and 31st of July. It starts pretty early in the morning because it's hot here in July, and then we have inside air conditioning time in the afternoon. That includes breakfast and lunch, and the lunch will be a cold lunch, but hearty, like fried chicken and fixins and that sort of thing. But we just thought chili's probably not what people are looking for when it's hot outside. And it includes camping. There's tent camping on site. If you have a camper down the road where special operations equipment used to be, is a big parking lot where actual campers can go and they won't fall into the pond or anything.
There's a real nice hip camp about 15 minutes away too.
Yeah, and there's other campsites that are like with hookups and stuff that are super nice in the area. But the workshop is going to be great. It's going to show you everything from how to plant a swale, how to dig a swale, how not to dig a swale, when not to put a swale in, and then how to plan the planting for that. I think it's going to be really fun. Anyway, that's on July 30th, 31st. To get tickets, you just go to selfreliancefestival.com, and on the top, click on workshops, because what's happening is there are a lot of workshops around the festival. So we just made a individual tab for that.
Nice. Now, are you guys like capping how many people are going to show up to that? Or are you just selling a certain amount of tickets?
So I will not sell more than 100 tickets. That's the cap.
So workshop.
I don't expect.
Event.
Yeah, exactly. I don't expect 100 people. We can actually have a plan where we can handle 300 people and put in 3 swales and have 3 teachers. But at 100, we decide if we give more tickets out at that point is the thing. So because once we get over 100, we think about like how much classroom space is there, and are we going off-site for the classroom part in town somewhere, or how that works.
So you're not going to do like Brian and give 50% off of all your coffee for everybody that shows up, right?
No, limited time.
I will sell you coffee, and I am serving coffee.
Oh, good. Yeah. Are you going to do cold brew?
That's a good idea. I should do some cold brew.
Yeah.
It really helps me.
I have everything I need to serve cold brew cold in my insulated things. So
I was. Oh yeah. So freeze 2-liter bottles, right? With just water.
Yeah.
Dump it in your bev server.
Yeah.
It doesn't dilute your coffee all day.
Right.
And then your thermal servers stay cold. And then all you got to do is leave a couple of knickknacks to throw in with it, and you don't have to be there to serve.
Yeah.
Just takes care of itself. Boom.
I like cold brew. I mean, I'm probably going to serve hot coffee too, because I drink hot coffee on the hottest day of the year.
In the morning, but usually hot coffee drinkers die off by noon, don't you think?
Yeah, mostly.
And then you get the one guy that wants decaf at like 3, right? Like, yeah, I'm going to keep the whole stand up.
I'm that guy, except for not the decaf part. I'll just be like, fine, I'm going to be up all night.
I actually just broke into my own decaf like last week because I was like, God damn, these summer drinks are so yummy.
I was so pissed because the first Float Fest, this guy comes over here, or the other guy, that way.
That way.
Yeah, exactly. He comes over and goes, hey, we're doing breakfast sandwiches. I'm out of sausage. You want to trade some coffee for sausage? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll trade some coffee for sausage. Never touched it, never looked at it, grabbed like a bag of it. Get home, fucking decaf. I'm like, there's what an asshole. Fuck. I still have it. I still haven't opened it. I'm like, maybe I'll put it in a barbecue rub or something. I don't know.
Yeah, do it on a steak. Do it on a steak.
The joke was on scrambling because that was that fake meat that you give them, right? It was like near meat.
No, it was the lab meat.
Slipped me the fake
lab meat. There you go.
But we're not talking
about incredible meat.
Yes.
Inedible meat, yeah.
I can't believe it's not real meat. I don't know. Yeah.
Can't believe it's not butter.
Hey, Scott, remember Scott, the light DJ? He reached out to me. He's like, it's fucking on. So the team is staying connected.
When does Squatch?
Equinox. So 9/22 to 25. No, I did it perfect because all my busy times the week before or 2, then and then I'm hopping in the car and to Tennessee is my plan.
Oh, so you're coming to SRF?
Yeah, that was. So
Are you?
If you go look at Squatch Talk 3, my proposal was we do that. I can build that Vortex tea brewer while I'm teaching the thing in pretty much the amount of time it takes to teach the thing. I mean, I can talk about the theory while I'm just drilling the hole in it and gluing the pipes together. Especially if we got them all pre-done. And John's got a shop. I bet I could send him all the list of shit and he could just have it sitting there.
Well, you'd probably have to send me that list of shit.
Send you that list of shit.
It will
So if you ever wanted to see scrambling high on PVC pipe primer.
No, man. No, Christie's Red Hot's my favorite. Did you ever hear a locker cleaner in the 80s? Oh, my God. Then Pennsylvania, you couldn't get weed. Solvents.
Solvents.
I'm glad I burned half of it out. I was just
Oh, my God. Bird hell,
Oh.
what out?
It used to be
Which
gasoline.
paint is the best color to huff? Is it the gold?
Oh, now we're talking markers. Hold on. That's a whole other
I told
man.
I told you guys about when I went to Walmart and was walking down the aisle and I passed the hardware aisle and I turned to my left and there's this dude laying on the ground.
Oh my
He's got
like a
gold
bag
paint all over the side of his face.
Looked like somebody out of Mad Max, did he?
I walked out. I just ignored him. I walked out. I turned around. I came back, and there's like 3 employees trying to get him up and haul him out of the store. And he's like, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything."
Literally,
Pretend
nothing.
you didn't fucking see it. Yeah, I had nothing.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
well, imagine reaching that point in your life where you're passed out on a Walmart floor, covered in
Oh,
paint.
he was must have been in his like 50s, 60s.
Oh, poor guy.
Could have
Yeah.
been worse. It could have been a Dollar Tree.
If you're 16, okay.
They
I
probably
get
would have left
that.
him there. They found him a week later.
Yeah,
Oh, we used to do whippets in the grocery store all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, why else do you work in the ice cream shop?
Caribou coffee. Crack them in the whipped cream thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I was in an estate sale, and the guy had a big 50-pound tank for welding, and it said nitrous oxide.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah. It was great. I just turned it
By
on
the
in the
time-
garage,
by
and
the
I was waving the air at myself. Just, it didn't, I can
Were
tell
you
the
still at
sound.
the estate sale? Were they like selling
No, I
the
was in
tank?
the garage. Yeah, I was like gonna bid on it, but the guy had just been using it as his backup tank for his compressor, so it was just air. I was like, fuck, 20-year-old air. This sucks.
He said, I was going to bid on this, but it's just air.
They were taking. That was the house in Bellevue in the gajillion-dollar Microsoft neighborhood. They're literally gonna bulldoze all the shit in the house, the entire thing. I grabbed these video games, these Xboxes that are original, sealed in the employee boxes with the shiny sticker
Nice.
security thing on it. Like, I don't know these shooty up games, but they're like the original one. The kids are like, holy fuck, that's the whatever. So
They're some of the best things to sell.
yeah, well, I could carry it. I could only carry so much shit. I could take anything in the house.
So you
I
still
got
have those?
It's sitting over there. I gotta put it
Well, when
online.
you,
and sell
so
it, I
at your next Squatch Fest, you need to go on eBay and buy an old Blockbuster sign and set up a little area at Squatch Fest where people can go and actually buy the vintage shit.
Have
Oh,
a Blockbuster pop-up store.
Yeah.
There was
why
this
not?
group of kids that had talked about coming out to the last Squatch Fest where we were going to break down into the 6 camps and have whatever their theme was. And they were going to do old time video game camp in the woods
There you go.
and drag out screens and shit and play old Ataris and old Commodores and guys, yeah, I don't care. Go find some couches at the dump and set up your shit. And at the end of the festival, we got a 12-foot bonfire pit. We're burning trees. Yeah, huck them on. Let's go.
You're always
these
stuck in them
kids.
damn springs
Burn some
afterwards.
couches.
You can't get them to do ruckus stuff no matter how hard you poke them. They're just sit on the couch, watch the shit. It's like, come on, the woods, fire, destruction. Let's go.
I love
Fuck.
burning couches. It's always
Yeah. My neighbor, Tim, you'd love this. So he shows up the first day of this Squatch in the summer with his S10, the whole back, these 24-inch logs,
Oh,
full. I don't know what's out of cord of wood. He just rolls them off in log form, goes back, loads this thing up with the back end loader, comes back with a whole other load. The fire never went out 4 feet high for 4 straight days. We just kept hucking them on because I had another couple hundred trees we were throwing on 12, 15 footers at a time. And so he grabs the couple of high school kids who are all just having a great old time, right? They grab his other S10 that he got for free. So they start ripping around my nature track. Of course, they get to the high side. We're just partying at the bonfire. You just hear this boom. They just fucking nail a tree and just take a front wheel off. Just come back. They're just laughing their asses off. Whatever. He grabs his tractor, takes his truck home the next day. Yeah. Squatch
They just
Fest.
burn the tire. Why not?
Yeah, whatever. Throw it in the fire. Onward. Don't
See, I
look
can't
back.
pull that shit off here right now. It's so damn dry. If I ate too much hot sauce and took a piss on a tree, I'd burn down 400 acres. It's crazy.
It's-
It's super dry.
It's going to be the Northwest whipsaw this summer because we got the crazy rain, right? And it was cold and the grass has been growing.
Yeah.
The grass at my place is 4 feet. I had a guy this weekend take his big ass trailer out and he was going to park in your spot, Brian, where you kind of made. And he didn't believe me that there was a road past the gate. He's like, well, I can't drive into the field. I'm like, field?
Uh-oh, we have
like,
Robo Brian.
I rip her.
Oh no, the Matrix got Brian. The NSA has taken over. He's done.
Yep, there goes.
So I could tell you what he was going to say. So the road
thing
that
just
comes
went
past
dead.
the gate.
Oh, now he's just gone. There he is.
I'm back.
That was awesome. It comes back on and you're not there. I'm like, what?
Oh no, they've abducted him.
I was hollering at the kids. I'm
The
like, can you
feds got
turn some video game shit on or something?
The
Get off
opposite.
my lawn.
Kids.
The feds took him, but they left the coffee
keep off the
plant.
grass. Now I want him to get
Nobody
on the
watered
grass.
that coffee plant until he gets out of the pen.
This is Charlie. He is my coffee plant.
I want a coffee plant.
Look, he's doing much better. So
Nice.
yeah. I was being the hard dad, right? I was making him go for the bottom water after I transplanted him. I was like, no, you're not getting water, you old dickhead, right? But
He was like, I'll show you. I'll drop all my leaves.
Yeah, he was looking all weepy, right? So Candace came by and was like, oh, Charlie. And she watered him. And now he's all perky. But I wanted him to like grow roots into the new soil. So whatever, You
ever thought about putting a webcam on there? Hey,
Where?
there's actually a webcam out there where people
on Charlie?
They've got a webcam and they've got it rigged up with some kind of device that if you can literally tip it lightning and it distributes chicken feed to the chickens that it watches. People can pay with lightning with Satoshis to feed the chickens.
Oh
you
my
could
God.
have Charlie get watered by somebody tipping Satoshis.
We could have two cams.
Charlie.
We could have like the Charlie cam and the one on my 8-foot tall weed plants.
There you go.
I bet you we could get more tips on one.
Cam.
Did you ever hear the story of the first
Okay.
webcam?
Oh fuck yeah! Hang on, you got to see these, baby.
Oh, here we
That
go.
was a cool picture.
He's going to get us age restricted now.
Oh,
Don't
dear.
show your feet.
Oh my god. So is that legal there? Because
I hope so.
that would still get me in trouble in Canada. That would.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is legal there.
I'm in Texas, so I don't know what that
We're
is.
allowed 3 plants.
That's
Is that a
huge
tomato?
plant.
Yeah, we don't. That does not grow here.
Oh.
I've never seen one of them before.
Yeah, they were giving it away when I was in Nashville. You could there was like these guys on the street that you could I don't exactly know how it worked, but anyway, they
They
were
were
pretty
called
open
drug
with it.
dealers, Tim.
Yeah, they have
And it
those.
wasn't
Except they
free.
advertise
Times free.
Except they advertise with signage and they have little booths and things like that.
Oh, that was probably CBD. That was probably hemp.
Oh, when I used to go down to
Delta 8, Delta 10.
Oh, because
Yeah.
they called it
I was
marijuana
looking
and
at
dope, but I
$10.
wondered if it was CBD.
It was probably just a really ballsy drug dealer because they were in Nashville.
I don't know. It's unless something changed and I didn't notice, and I'm pretty sure I would notice.
No, they
Yeah.
told me it was illegal while I was there. I was asking a guy at like a candy shop. He's like, oh, they just kind of set up and stuff.
The candy
Yeah, the
shop.
candy shop. Yeah.
I used to go to the
said, "Hey, Tim,
Seahawks
we're gonna
games
take you to
for
the candy
years
shop."
with a giant sign in the
Better
shape
go
of
to
a
the bus
pot leaf
station or the train
that said
station,
$10, and I would sell 2 cookies. And I literally stood on the same corner every game. Cops always came by because it's the same ticket for having an open beer in the parking lot. It's the exact same ticket. So cookie or
Weren't
beer.
you out there selling weed freaking grilled cheese sandwiches at Chopped or something?
I was giving away free weed.
I was selling grilled cheese. Giving
Yeah.
away free weed.
I tried to sell the grilled cheese, but the commies had sent
That's right,
free
that's right.
food, and you couldn't give away food.
No,
was
because they
insane.
were ordering Domino's.
Yeah, they were throwing Domino's pizzas at the kids. There was literally
Throwing
like,
petunias in the middle of a
It's good though
square.
because
trying
they
to make
were really
a
going to
garden,
struggle with gardening. They had a real problem getting that
yeah. Yeah,
garden
there were
around.
petunias there.
yeah, oh god, they
They
were not
couldn't
going
figure out
to.
how to grow Domino's pizza. I guess I don't know.
There wasn't a single one of those fuckers that ever took a permaculture course. I mean, it was like, let's
Oh
throw
no,
this petunia on the ground and just
the
hope.
guys they put in charge of the garden were like the homeless crackheads. It was the funniest thing. Like,
So what was the thing that Paul McCartney was at the other day where they had little Greta Thunberg again there? It was
Oh, that little bitch.
yeah,
Great
there was
talk.
it was a music festival, Glastonbury or whatever it was anyway. And there's been the memes going around of the big mess afterwards. I haven't researched it to see if it's true or not, but it's pretty funny. I got to look it up because it's that, she went there to talk about climate change. She flew, whatever, doesn't,
How
but
dare
then they
you.
showed the cleanup afterwards and it was interesting. But
it's funny. Okay, so I went
She's a
to,
product of her parents, though. That's unfortunate because
Oh,
they
sure.
scared
Yeah, it's
the
not-
living piss out of her and then threw her in front of everybody to complain about it.
Yeah.
okay,
Child
but
abuse.
she's
remember-
a product of her generation though, because most kids her age are scared to fucking death of climate change. And it's
okay, remember when Glenn Beck did the thing on the mall, Lincoln Memorial, had like 500,000 people, went for like a mile and a half back. I was there when those guys left. Literally, like the park was like spit shine.
Yeah.
Went from one end of the Lincoln Memorial to the other, to the Washington Monument. Like,
Was that like the 9/10 project or something?
yeah, like 9/11 project, I think. But I took my daughter, she was 15.
It was the day before 9/11.
And my other buddy
9/10.
wanted to go, or 9/10, yeah, wanted to go camp. So we went camping with them out there.
9/11 minus one.
I was like, "Do you want to go see what a crazy political thing looks like with a million people in DC?" And she was all activist kid, like, "Let's do it." But like, Ryan, I mean, it was insane how conservatives like leave a place after that, right? It's like, poof, like all the like thanking the park staff and like making sure they're having a good day and getting them water and picking up the cigarette butts and like taking the trash out of the trash cans and like carrying it to the corners for the like waste guys while they're like replacing the bags. Right.
Go to a
and then you go to
concert and then go to a George Strait concert and see the difference. It's the same.
Yeah,
thing.
and then you go to a Grateful Dead show, right, where it's all
Right.
about the earth and the fucking hippies and they like love each other, right? And they're just like pissing on each other and like fucking throwing 40-ounce beer cans on the ground, and you can't even dance because there's so many goddamn beer cans.
Hey,
Somebody goes airborne about once every 10 minutes.
Did you watch Glenn Beck, like old Glenn Beck when he was
Old
on
Glenn Beck,
Fox
yeah,
in
way
the
back,
afternoon?
yeah.
Wasn't he on
do you
CNN?
remember?
20 years ago.
I've searched and searched and searched for this episode of his show, and I remember it clear as day. He started talking about social justice.
Oh, way back. Oh, yeah.
Like,
No, he was
in
on that
the church.
Yeah, in the church. He was.
It was coming in through the church, and then it was like 3 years later. It was like, boom! I was like, holy shit, that dude nailed it.
Well, he had Jack on once, didn't he? A long time ago.
Years ago.
That was like at the end. I'd already stopped listening by then because I was just not doing.
Was that like 2010 or 2209 or it was way back, I think.
Because it was when the freak out was going on, right? But Jack wouldn't freak out.
Yeah.
So he wasn't good for the network because like
he tried to get him to freak out, but he was like, just get your shit together, man.
Yeah, and that's what Candace and I were talking about that the other day. It's like, well, shit, pretty much everything we do, we would do it either way. Like we were talking about Brian's solar system. Like I don't want to hook our other place when we build it to any grid. So either way, no matter how it goes, not going to hurt to start buying components to that, right? Because
I had Rick Austin on the show, I don't know, maybe about a month or so ago, and he was on that Doomsday Preppers or whatever, and he's a chill dude, and everything he's done has been basically to teach other people, but they were really fucking good at twisting that all around and making it, we're preparing for an EMP, and he's like, yeah, that's just what they do.
I couldn't take that show seriously.
Oh
my God.
Hey, Tim, were you saying somebody was going to charge 2 leaves off solar panels off the top of a carport?
Yeah.
Completely.
I don't know exactly, but
sounds about right. No,
they don't have a. I got it written down. They don't
that
have
would be 20 by 24. That would be 480 square feet.
Yeah, I think he's only got about 200 miles range. I know. I wrote down the battery size somewhere.
Oh, that'd be a smaller battery. Okay.
That'd be 30 panels, right?
Yeah, he's switched on.
What panels I get.
But it was cool because he's only had them for about 18 months. So he wasn't like this friggin' Tesla geek or whatever, He come on and he was like, so I like them. They're pretty good. I can't drive as far as I want, but they're pretty darn good, And
you said it's not a bug out vehicle, but
Speaking of Tesla, I showed up at a fucking gas station today to work on a gas pump that was fucking bagged off. So it wasn't open to be used. And there was a goddamn Tesla parked there in front of it. And I had to wait for them for 45 minutes to come out of the store because they were in there like taking a shit or something.
Probably buying lottery tickets. Pay
I
for
had
the
to
ignorant.
park their electric car at the gas pump that I had to work on it. I couldn't work on it because they left it there.
Well, he's
You
not
don't
a
need the
bag
gas
there,
pump.
he's not fucking with anybody else. So hey,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
just Brian.
Oh,
I
That's
can
all.
see that.
Oh, too
I was
funny.
about ready to call the tow truck.
I mean, when you see
When they
that
park
bag
on the
there,
tank,
that's a
I
free
can
parking
call the
spot,
tow
right?
truck as soon as I show up because there's no parking signs. Like I can just dial the tow truck.
You're
and-
not getting this whole
Gone.
hourly thing down. You should just that
Yeah.
thing on the left-hand
I-
side of your
I
seat.
make
That's the
my-
recline button.
See, if you really
Dude,
wanted
I
to make
did
money,
this way too long. I've milked the fucking clock more than. I don't do that shit anymore. I
if you
just come
really
home,
wanted to
'cause
make
I'd rather
money,
be
you
home.
would get a tow truck and then just tow them your fucking self when you see that, and charge the bill
Yeah,
to the
Good
city.
point.
Yeah, and then go back to your work.
Yeah.
Talk
Oh,
your company
man.
into letting you have a tow truck.
So
Problem solved.
after the guy come on the other day for the electric vehicles, I'm going to talk about this I think tomorrow night a little bit, but so it was basically a master class in how not to respond to a social media post, but I ended up getting 2 responses to my podcast on Float, and the first one was like 4 pages.
Oh no.
Well, no, this was the good one. I know.
Okay.
Good one.
I'm like,
It
you
gets
just
better.
I know.
you
It was
just sent me an email in text. Don't
Yes,
send me emails in text.
so this guy was all talking about the Tesla and how anyway, it broke it all. It was awesome. It was a lot of information, but it was great. The other response was one paragraph. It said, I didn't have time to listen to your podcast. I listened to the first 5 minutes. I don't agree with you. And the reason is because I post a lot of articles about it. That was the response. And I'm sure the guy, I'm like,
Are you sure that's not a bot?
no, this guy's not a
Disagree.
bot. No, it
Don't worry,
literally,
I'll get the same email or the same response from PETA at some point. It's going to happen.
it was
I didn't listen to your
unreal. I was
podcast,
like,
but I hate you.
yeah, because the first thing Buddy mentions is how quick they were with acceleration, and he was all proud of it. He's like, man, this thing accelerates right quick. And the guy's like, that's not a reason to like electric vehicles. Oh,
Fuck,
man.
it's not. I drive
No,
a Mario Andretti.
It
in
was
mine.
literally an hour and 15-minute fucking episode. If you don't have time, don't respond to the goddamn post. So,
I don't agree with the first thing you said, so shut her down.
that's what it was. He's like, I don't agree with you, and I've posted lots of articles to prove why. I'm like, cool. That makes my day. So
Did he
and I'm
link to
sure
his
he'll never
articles
listen
at
to it
least?
again, but-
And on this episode of the After Party, we have the Angry Canadian.
I got it all. I'm gonna tomorrow night on my Thursday episode. It's a community
The
feedback.
bald man scared me.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an asshole. I don't know. I just like
Oh.
I don't know if
You're like,
whatever.
God damn, I heard Tim on his podcast say you can run a Tesla off of DeWalt batteries.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Did
you see mine
Today
today
I
about
got my first persistent troll.
Oh my
I've had
god.
trolls. I've had inappropriates, but I got my there's somebody who has consistently been coming on lives with me and starting
Oh.
to say self-reliance is great, but it's fascism. So it's not really great because it's dangerous. And he's been on my Telegram group.
Sorry.
And I'm
Hey,
like,
can you say that
Telegram
again?
group, I'm like,
The
can
very
you explain to me
definition is
exactly what
cooperation.
fascism is?
with
And he's
government.
like, fascism is blah blah blah. And so this other thing you're saying is fascism is not fascism. I'm like, oh, I see where the disagreement is. Here's the link to the political
don't read
philosophy that
English.
is flat fascism. And then he kept going on about how self-reliance leads to fascism and we're all gonna die.
Jesus, it's a complete fucking opposite. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Throwing your
So he
own
got
food
on
will
today,
result in
and John's like, "What's
starvation.
that guy talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my troll. He's here now."
You've
Oh,
made
yeah.
it, Nicole.
He should make a troll sale because he could make some money off
Oh,
this.
totally.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just like, well, maybe I should do a troll sale.
You should do it.
You
troll.
should,
Roast
and
never
it should be
goes on sale.
It should be
I should
coupon
totally
code.
do that. The
No,
fascism
you gotta
is
make,
right.
like,
Alliance.
Coupon code fascism.
You
Yeah,
need a
fascist
troll sticker.
self-reliance.
Steal his icon, and
Yeah.
next time you get that stupid thing for $29 for 50 stickers, run a 50 coupon deal and give a free troll sticker with his mug.
I will give $15 off my membership program. Yeah, something like that. We'll see.
Coupon code.
Yeah, now I
fascist
hope he comes. I was just like, oh yeah, my troll is back.
Yeah, my troll, and he probably has a
And then
username
he,
like
then he got mad and said, "Fine, I'll leave." And I was like,
fascism
Oh,
6969 or something is his username. You
Oh.
use that for the code. It's
Oh,
I don't.
Well, at least wait till you're like Jack or Tim, where you've actually got somebody pretending to be you to scam people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't
I heard about
understand. I don't know why that even was a thing. I don't know. I had like 3 of them.
Jack's still fighting it. Like all of his,
Right.
like when he interviewed me, I go back and look at those comments, and it's like every single one of them, the little scam bots in there with his little face, like his little symbol.
wow.
Like, come join me on WhatsApp or some bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck?
They're gonna. It feels like they're. I mean, I know it's always a whack-a-mole game, but Jesus, lately it seems like they're fucking ruining things. Like they just. Yeah, the Telegram has been.
I have fun talking with them on Telegram. I know some of us here enjoy the Telegram bots a little bit too much. Like I kind of hope they don't ever go away because they're really fun. I
don't have the time for them, man. Like I get it, I do.
I do. While I'm
verbally
working.
abuse them. I mean, I say things I would never say to a human to those bots.
Oh God, yeah.
But are they bots or are they like foreigners that are?
I don't care.
No,
they're all the same though. I mean, but they all say the same shit. It's like the same perfect pen. I think there's a person behind it most of the time.
Yeah, but do they have the camera turned on and then get you?
When somebody randomly,
some of us that is the first one that can get the scammer to send them crypto wins $100 from each guy.
Yeah, you want in, Tim? You got to troll the trolls.
Oh yeah.
You got to go. I don't got money to send you money. You got to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I finally got blocked by Willie Nelson though. Like,
man, that guy, he won't give up.
That was a trip.
I never even saw him.
Oh yeah. Willie's tough. That was right after
Willie's a tough nut to crack.
Willie was a tough one.
That was the one I told him he was going to be a baller if he sent me a Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
I told him to quit being a fucking pussy and send me the Bitcoin if he has any. And I was like, why would I want to listen to a broke bitch who can't fucking invest? And you want to tell me how to do this shit?
You stole that shit from me.
Yeah, you were getting it all back when it was 5 cents, right? You got like hundreds of thousands of them.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, no. Did he send you the screenshots of the emails of, look, this is what I paid my investment company? I don't give a shit about that shit.
I can't get that far because I usually just like bitch. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me if I invest and I get 18% and the assets lost 50% this year, like where did they get the 18% to pay you? Well, it just works. I get paid every week. Well, yeah, because you go get more people to put more money in so they can pay you.
I told one that I would follow. I would look at their investment, deal. That I would check it all out. But I had an investment deal for them too. For $100, you could become a lifetime membership.
I saw that
member of my website. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I had them telling me, oh yeah, I'm going to go join and everything. I was waiting for it to pop up and join with like $100 in Bitcoin pop up. He seemed like it. He was all about it. He goes, oh yeah, go ahead, check it out. I'll send you screenshots. He's like sending me screenshots of my website. Like he went there and everything. He
doesn't need good beef rub in Ethiopia.
Wow. That just sounded really weird when you said it.
So that link in the show notes.
That's gonna get a
that'll be what age restrictions.
We're gonna get clipped.
Beef rub.
Thanks.
I don't know if you may not be able to see this picture, but I took this where you're not going to see it. Anyway, it was a guy that was obviously against vaccine mandates. This was
now you did it.
There we are.
The stabbing jab. Come on.
He has a decal in his window that says mandate freedom. And I'm like, how do you mandate freedom? Like,
it's
I don't understand.
You posted that. That's right. That got some fucking fur flying.
I was like, Jesus, how do you? Yeah, if you can see the picture, it's really funny because there's a giant bone behind it that really looks just like a giant penis, but it won't show up in the picture. So.
Wait, he had a giant penis behind him, and it was free mandates.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
It was free mandates.
Oh yeah.
Penis.
The town. So this is how you know you're in redneck
town.
The town called Macklin, just beside where I live. They have a game they called Bones, and that's their claim to fame. They have a tournament every year. When you pull into the town, it looks like a giant bone that's there, which either looks like male genitalia or a female torso, whichever way you look at it. Anyway, this game started out with real horse bones. This is so bad. They would put real horse bones up in a line that would stand up. They're like the knuckle boners. I don't know. 20 of them, and they throw a ball at them and knock the fucking bones over.
There's some weird shit in Canada.
We call that
this right here is why you don't live in a frozen wasteland.
Now they make them out of plasticine or something. But this, when I moved here, I was like, Oh yeah, silico. Yeah, I will send you.
They get them at that porn shop down the road. They just stick them down.
Oh, hey, on the way here to this park, so I can actually get a Wi-Fi signal, I realized that the only good Italian restaurant in this little shitty town just turned into a head shop.
A head shop.
Yeah. People will get skinnier.
Well, yeah.
Maybe.
There's not many like super fat.
No, not that kind of head shop, Tim. Down here, they call those like weed shops.
So what's a head shop? Is that a weed
Whoa, what?
They sell tobacco paraphernalia, typically.
Oh,
That could be used for other tobaccos.
Yes.
oh yeah. We had
yes,
here
those
before
things.
too. That yeah.
And
They-
I feel
That's
like
illegal
if you
there
get the
and
munchies after smoking tobacco, you might actually get fatter.
You gotta
You
smoke
would think.
sativa. That's what the skinny dude over there.
I was gonna say, look at that guy.
Yep. There's indica. Potato chip land. And then there's go land.
You gotta listen to his show. He talks all about it.
I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does. Well, it
all
made
I know
me-
is the last time I had edibles, it was an awful experience. I
Tell
think
us
I've
about
told that story before, and it was bad. Oh my god, the worst.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live gummy bear one where they're trying to
Nobody-
talk the guy
nobody
down
but
off
me.
the roof? Oh fuck! I'm gonna grab that clip for the next week. It's the funniest
Oh,
clip ever.
God.
I wonder if you could freeze dry gummy bears and they'd still work.
Oh, do you think they puff up like the Skittles?
They do.
I
Oh,
guess
you
that-
mean with stuff on them?
depends on
Oh, they
the temperature.
surely will still
Edibles.
work. Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
just put oil on it.
There's a whole new line of edibles you could get into, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to. Yeah, absolutely. That would be, yeah.
Just buy the freeze dryer.
I don't like gummy bears in general because they're not as shelf stable. That's why I do hard candies, Jolly Ranchers, right? Because
Oh, you
sugar.
can do Jolly Ranchers freeze dry. They're a thing too.
Yeah, because sugar
If you
is.
freeze dry them, aren't they pretty much shelf stable for practically
Ever.
forever? Yeah, vacuum sealed.
I just don't know what it would do to the oil.
I don't know what
Well,
temperature
no.
you do it,
If
man.
you don't do it as an oil, like my CBD and CBG,
I think Tim needs to test it out.
it's
Sounds like-
pharmaceutical grade, so it comes as a powder, so it's not an oil.
Oh, okay. See, I don't
Right.
know things.
Yeah. When you get it from a,
I'm in
food
Texas.
lab,
I don't know
it
anything
comes
about
as
any
the
of
actual molecule.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's a lady that makes them here that you can buy them from. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Apparently in Nashville too.
And my brother-in-law.
Some
One of
local
his-
brownies.
You're
are
just
great.
outing his plugs. I mean, right on YouTube.
Was she like in a shop, or was she just like making them and selling them?
She's a fucking homemaker that makes them and sells them. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, I ordered them for my daughter who's like 23 or 24. We got them for her for Christmas, and
Nice.
we live in a different world. Yep.
Support
Yeah.
your local farmers.
Exactly.
Come on,
Yes,
people.
local agriculture.
Local
Rachel
ag-
says in Pennsylvania we have road apple bingo. Do you remember what road apples are?
I
Jen?
do now, Rachel, because she taught me. And I heard that on an
Bingo.
audiobook I was listening to today. I don't know where. And I was like, oh, Rachel taught me that. Yes.
Road apple bingo. Is that like bobbing for apples, but with road apples? Or
like Pennsylvania
Yeah,
exhaust.
okay. Yeah, it's
I know
Is that
exactly
Robin
what it
thing?
is. I don't need to be taught. I know enough about
Oh,
who
no.
lives in Pennsylvania and how they travel to have a pretty good guess.
Yep.
mm,
Clip clop,
Oh,
clip clop.
shit.
Oh, dear. Oh, boy.
Oh, shit. I don't know. Should we go get something productive done or go
Yeah, I,
to
was gonna say, I
Yeah.
gotta wind up. It's dinner time here. I might have some holler neighbors. I don't know. I think Jenny was.
Yeah, I
Gonna,
haven't
I thought she was
eaten
gonna
today
pop
either.
in and say hi.
It sounded like Jenny got a great new gig, huh?
She
Boom.
did, and we've been so today we've been kind of
man.
talking about what are we gonna do with that house because I could rent it for a lot of money
Yeah. Do you
locally
want a
here,
new
but I don't
home?
really want a stranger, and so we've been talking about doing months at a time to people from the network and
Airbnb
renting it
it.
furnished.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
went over today and I was like, anything that seems like it would fit in an Airbnb, like that you're not taking with you, just sell it to me and we'll set this up. So that's what we're gonna do.
Airbnb.
Brian,
If that doesn't work. If
Corey,
well, we're gonna do like we're gonna be looking for more like longer term stay, like a month, or like people who
I
want
love
to
that
come
idea.
here and find a place that'll be furnished, or people from the network who want a month at a time, they can do it. I'll probably do it through a website like Airbnb or VRBO just for because the contract stuff's all done there, or the Lots Project if that's possible.
I was gonna say, aren't Brian
There
and
he
Corey
is.
looking to buy a place in Tennessee?
We already have a place.
Oh, you already do?
We already have a place to live.
Yeah.
Right.
The trailer.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you
We
don't
don't need a
We're
house.
looking at-
We built a
I know,
house.
I know. You're planning
Yeah.
on staying in the trailer, but
No, so yeah, we're figuring that out right now.
Well, you should, if you want to come to Tennessee, talk to me about that too, because there may be places where we know where you could go if you
Yeah.
haven't already found one.
For
That
sure.
sounds like a wonderful place for a Canadian to come down and test
It
out.
would be great to have Canadians, and they might get hired to wash the dang tall windows that I can't reach.
Oh boy, that would almost be. Wonder if we could work that into like a green card thing or something. Yeah,
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
your
Don't
H1B.
talk about it. You're gonna need a work visa to go.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. So I tried to call. So I'm coming down to these different events and I want to bring things to sell. So I try to call the what is it?
Oh,
The American border or something or other. And it took me like 10 different transfers to get to the right department. And I get on there and it's like, we're currently closed today. Our hours are from, and they were open hours, but they said they were closed at the time. I'm like, fuck.
It might
Is it
be easier just to have it shipped to Mexico and walked across the border than to worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And
Probably.
honestly, I'm probably better off to ship it down and have it ahead of me down there, but
Probably.
I don't even fucking
As
know.
long as it doesn't get tied up in customs or some shit.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah. Are
I
you?
just-
Yeah. Food's.
I don't know what's going to happen if I go through customs with a whole friggin' suitcase full of stickers and patches and books. It's like, what are you doing? Vacation. Oh, okay. I don't know. So eventually I'm going to have to figure this shit out. So
I'm speaking
Yeah.
at an event and I'm giving gifts.
I don't even think I can say I don't know. I got to find out.
Put it-
I'll
You're
start
not,
talking.
you're not getting paid to speak.
Right.
Can't
That
you
is-
put it in a barrel and push it over Niagara Falls and pick it up when you get down there? Isn't that
I
a
told
thing?
you we could smuggle it through the boundary waters. We just need some canoes.
That's
I'm
true.
only like 6
Every
hours
time-
away.
Yeah, every time I've spoken in another country or done something like that, I just ended up in on a tourist visa.
Tourist.
Okay. And yeah,
Because it's like you're there
Yeah.
for a day.
And
I
you're
know.
not getting a
For that
W.
thing.
not getting paid for it, so it's not like I know. I don't know. Whatever.
Because there's not automatic report. If you were going to go do something for IBM and they were going to like run your numbers and send them up to
Yeah.
the payroll
Well,
company.
the other thing is when you're getting your stickers and all that shit and everything printed, you may want to look at what you're trying to do.
It's
It
just-
may actually save you money too. Because I mean,
Print
if
them
you're
here
doing
and ship
to have
them.
it printed here and sent to somebody here and have them waiting
hold
for
them
you.
for you.
Because I know
Oh,
like my
absolutely.
pictures and shit, I can have them printed here, but I can actually have them printed in another country because it's closer to whoever's buying it. If somebody overseas buys it, I can have it printed at a print house there
Yeah,
instead of here. So
true.
if it's just printed products and things like that, you might be able to have it produced in the U.S. and just pick it up. Or
Yeah, we
have
know
it
printers
from
too.
somebody else.
Yeah.
That's what there's a whole bunch of that. And there's a new system I found out about that will allow me to have a post office box in Montana. And so I dropped the stuff off in Edmonton and they only charge me $1 per item under 4 pounds that they take and cross the border. And then I can have it shipped under USPS for $4 for a t-shirt instead of $25 for a t-shirt.
Boom.
So it's
That's
going
pretty
to actually, it's going to make things much better for me.
Do
A
they
little
go
more.
the other direction with coffee?
Yes, they will. Yeah, I've been
Really?
Will
looking
they
into
take
it
coffee?
because
Because
Yeah.
it's a low risk item. Or-
well, they take care of the customs and things like that, but it's supposed to be pretty slick. So I've been
Huh.
Chris Dixon.
fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
You
go
could
the
do
other
something
way.
like
No.
like seasonings or whatnot, because I haven't even considered doing anything like that international because
To
I
be
have
honest,
good products
like,
Usually.
overseas.
the biggest
cross
problem
border.
I run into is that 90% of everyone who listens to me is in the US, 10% is in Canada. I get very, very, very little support so far from Canada because that's, the audience is there.
Because
So,
there's like 40 people that live up there.
yeah,
That's
I know.
weird.
Guys,
Mine
I gotta-
are the
I gotta
exact
run.
opposite.
Bye, Nicole.
Yep. Night, Nicole. Sorry. Have a good night, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a lot
Mine's
of
the
Canadian.
exact opposite, Tim. Mine like 70% Canada and 10% US and 20% Mexico.
Are you really?
No, actually, I got a bunch in Russia and Singapore also.
Those
But
are
really,
big,
like,
I see Alexa
Canada makes up a bulk portion of your.
Canada's like I don't know. Hold on a second. You keep talking. I'll let you know. I'll
Don't you
just
think
pull it
those
up
are
here.
just VPNs? I don't think.
I don't
people
think
in
I have
Singapore
anywhere
are
near those kind of
listening.
metrics that I could tell you, but
Yeah. Do you publish on Anchor?
Me?
No.
oh, you
if
can.
use-
You can
I
see
do.
all the.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
Anchor they give you all that shit. Scroll down on the main page.
Yeah, on YouTube it's like 90% American, and on Anchor I think it's 70%.
I don't think I have enough people on YouTube for me to be able to tell any kind of metrics yet.
Canada, I'm at 3.5%.
Oh, yeah, I'm at 84% US and 8% Canada on Anchor.
I'm 42% US, 6% Argentina, 6% Italy,
Argentina,
3% Canada.
Italy is probably me when I had my VPN on listening to your show.
Oh, holy shit. What do you know? I got 87% United States, 4% Canada. That's Tim.
Yep.
3% Ukraine. I got somebody from Ukraine listening to me. What the hell?
That's me.
Oh, okay, cool. 2% United Kingdom and less than 1% Czech Republic. At that rate, less than 1%, that means I have a partial human in the Czech Republic.
I think those Russian Republic places are VPNs. Those are great places where they wrote VPNs.
I like how it's less than 1%, and my overall listeners all together have been 300. So I mean, is there a leg of somebody in the Czech Republic listening to me?
maybe they, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe they cut his leg off, so he is a 3/4 person.
Right.
So one more quick question. You said I should have the tip bot set up in my Telegram channel.
All you have to do is add Lightning Tip Bot in your channel, and then you make it as an admin.
Just friend it.
You can
friend everybody. Just friend the tip bot. That's it.
Yeah. Add the tip, but add it to your channel.
Lightning
and when you add it as a user, it will make, because it's a bot, it will make you set it as an admin. But just add it to your channel, and then anybody in there, you'll see a new little thing pop up in the chat, like a little slash. And when you click on that, it'll give you all the different commands and stuff. You can learn more about it in the back end of the bot.
You don't
but it'll let people tip in your group.
It's like setting up Shieldly or whatever. Then
basically, it's just work.
That's exactly what it is.
I thought
as long as Shieldy and them play together. I know somebody had problems with the two in the one group, but you'll figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Turn Shieldly off. Add the Lightning Tip Bot as a new friend.
And then turn
your shield.
That makes sense because she probably sees it as a
Yeah, it can't answer the question.
Turn Shieldy off, add it to the group, and then turn Shieldy back on, and then me and Brian will fucking play with it. And,
Okay. It's funny we call Shieldly a girl.
As long as we're not talking about meat.
Meat, play with it, or that big bone, that giant bone. Yeah.
Oh, no bones.
Y'all.
Okay, that's the end.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, guys. I'm glad I made it on.
Later, folks.
Yeah.
Good.